Liverpool fan.
But you know the ones with Cardiff, they wanted to give us a bit of a fight. They wanted to show us that they were big boys. But do you know what we said to them?
What did we say?
Get out of here, fam. Different sauce.
Yeah.
Cut from a different cloth.
Oh my god. I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal, bro. Nah, fam. Come on. You almost had it, fam.
Normal service.
Oh, easy.
Nah, it's alright.
And I'm joined by Ernest, a Man United fan.
Certain man got dropped.
Oh, you're happy about that, I bet you.
No.
And I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
4-0, no Hazard. You know what I mean? Ross knows how to bark off the team.
Oh.
We're happy, we're happy, you know what I'm
dead.
saying? But Ross knows.
That was
Ross
dead.
knows. Morata.
You're dead better, bro.
Hey, don't do that. Morata has the same goals as Lukaku this season. So.
He's got 4.
Who's that?
That's impressive, you know. I can't lie.
I think he's got more than Firmino still.
What?
That's impressive. How many goals Firmino got?
That's fine.
Hey, Oscar's on smoke today, you know.
He's not.
Hey,
Saying
hey.
stuff.
So man said it's impressive, and man trying to send for his number 9.
Some tempo striker.
I'm just saying stuff.
Tell you what. I'll tell you who can say some stuff. It's Manchester City. We'll kick off at Wembley, very brief and quick.
Oh, Wembley?
Yes.
Wembley.
Oh, I thought it was a Wembley multiplex where Harry Kane taking
Wembley,
shots from
bro.
outside the end zone. Because,
Oh,
boy, it didn't
God.
look like Wembley. That's
I'll
what I'm
tell you
saying.
what.
They need to hold a fine for that, you know.
No, do you know
And
what?
get it up to some points.
First and foremost, how are they getting away with this?
How?
How are Tottenham getting away
It's
with not having a
ridiculous.
stadium ready for the Premier League season?
What a
Look at the
shambles.
sauce, looking
Nah,
so
man.
saucy.
There's nothing dripping about it.
Hey.
They haven't got a stadium. and we've been allowed to sit and take this in and just watch the whole season go by with them not playing where they're supposed to be playing.
Downright deplorable.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely, it's a farce that Tottenham Hotspur are getting away with this up until now.
So, Pete, what should happen then?
Fine, deducted points,
Yeah.
all of it, all of the
Question.
above.
Is there a date for the new stadium? Do we know when it's coming out?
No, there isn't. All they've said is they will not be playing. They'll be playing at Wembley until the end of the year.
A man said,
That's what they said.
A man said, even the builders are putting pressure on. I was dying.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. How can I not know when we're playing Tottenham away? Where is it? How can I not know that?
This is a bad job.
It's a disgrace. It's not even a bad job. It's so embarrassing. And the thing is, what makes it worse is that Tottenham did not need to have this stadium built in a year. They didn't need to do that. They didn't have to do that. If you gave it 2 years, we would have rated them anyway. We would have rated them because the stadium's going to look phenomenal when it's done. So I don't get why they even went down this road of, you know, they had to squash a stadium and then rebuild another one. It's not like they went and built another one on the side during the season or whatever.
How long did Emirates take? I said it took like a couple.
It took a...
You broke ground in 2004.
Because they had to move stuff.
Earlier than that.
Earlier
businesses.
than 03.
I mean, we created land.
Yeah, they had to move businesses, bro.
Bro, if you see pictures of Ashburton Grove in 2001,
Bro, they had to move
Jesus.
businesses.
What
and
the
that.
pictures with Wenger with the hard hat?
I say, yes, justify the fields of that.
I was like 04, bro. I'm talking about
Like man was part of the job.
in that. Oh, God,
Like man was laying scaffolding in that.
But I had the high vis on as well.
I had the high
You had the
vis,
high
I
vis.
just smash your work.
I had the boots. You know what I'm saying? You had the cool
But it's still caps.
It's still caps.
Mandatory teams.
That's
I
bad.
don't get it, bro. No, it's a big concern. This is the most embarrassing thing that Tottenham I think I've ever done.
They might as well save it till next season, bro. Ban that.
But then, if they do that, then they have to be sanctioned hardcore for it. They have to be.
Because they booked Wembley for 12 months.
I mean, they say that.
And they've kept extending the contract. And it's like, bro, do you have a date or not?
You know what?
That's what NFL
What's the matter about leasing stadiums?
Yeah, I at
Wait,
least.
didn't they play at Milton Keynes the other day?
Yeah, against Watford. And
That's
it's
long,
it's
bro.
like, you know, Watford and Tottenham, and they're playing in Milton Keynes. Like, where are we go? That's further than Luton. Like, where are we going with this stuff? Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't get it. And the only reason I think I'm bringing it up again now is because you saw them play on an NFL pitch, who had a game there at 1:30 the day before. And they've been playing NFL games for 3
And by the
weeks.
way, Wembley was not full.
No,
Oh, yeah, you were there, innit?
They didn't
Bruv?
say it. Yeah, talk to us, man. What was it like?
Bro,
Atmosphere.
do you know what it is, yeah? I went with the band then. We were all neutral fans.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
no one there supported Tottenham.
Oh, really? Were you in the
No.
Tottenham end?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know where I was.
Wow.
I was on top of some Man City fans.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, like...
Was you up and say?
You know, like, we were in a home end, but it's like, Bro, there was no one there. Bro, there was no one there.
That's been Tottenham's game.
You know, like, we had a whole section to ourselves. Like, I could have sat anywhere.
You could have sat anywhere.
Anywhere. Pitch was mixed race. There was a flipping NFL logo in the middle.
Profit was
Man
clear
was,
as
man
day,
was
that
reading
was-
Jaguars. I was sitting there like, Jaguars? The Eagles? What the heck?
Bro, the chalk lines of the NFL game was still there. The middle of the pitch was brown.
Yard line. I was like, what?
You see what I'm saying? And it was just like,
That is long,
I was just like, bro, what is this, bro?
It made you realise how narrow an NFL field is.
No, but you know what? It made me realise how small Tottenham is as a club.
Wow.
You can't pack out Wembley,
Yeah.
against the champions.
Nah, I don't think many teams could be able to pack out Wembley week to week.
I could find you
Week
one.
to week.
I
Where?
could find you one.
Where?
Arsenal Football Club. It could standardly pack out Wembley if it was his home ground.
Are you mugging me off?
For a
You guys
year.
don't fill out the Emirates.
Bro,
Is that
true?
Against Man City.
Not every game.
First of all, against Man
Against Man City last
You're
season,
you don't feel like
it was
Emirates.
empty.
But like last season was
The
a
Emirates-
different thing.
the
Last
Emirates-
season was like a protest.
So vote with their
Yeah,
feet.
you got
Vote
yeah,
with their
it was
feet.
voting with their feet.
No,
more or
we're throwing
less.
circumstance into it.
Oh, no,
So
bro,
what, though?
bro,
There's
come on.
nothing wrong for going to
Bro, they play
no
Wembley
Spurs
every
fan.
week. No team in the league is selling out Wembley every week. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
They're selling it against Man City. What are you talking about?
I think the only team that will do that is Man United because
Oh,
it's Man
you're-
City.
oh, come off
I
it.
think that's the only team that will
Come-
sell out
come off
Wembley.
it. Come
I'm
off
being
it.
dead serious.
Come
I'm being
off
dead
it.
serious. I'm being dead serious.
So Arsenal at home to Man City at
If-
Wembley.
if we're basing-
I don't think it's selling out.
If we're
Like,
basing,
FA Cup final, Champions League, them things, but a league game, just a random
if
league game.
if we're basing it on size of fan base, then I'll say United, Liverpool.
Mate, Arsenal sold out Wembley when we were in the Champions League when we used to play.
I would argue
Oh, that's
Arsenal.
like
as well.
Panathinaikos and that.
What,
No,
United
we-
Arsenal?
we-
No, I would
Barcelona
argue
there.
Arsenal would fill out 90,000.
Like 99, innit?
But
We've
They
done
don't
it
fill out
before.
60.
But we've done it before.
But is that true though?
No, hold on. The proof's in the pudding. When we were in the Champions League at Wembley, we sold out 90,000 every week. Every Wembley game.
Wait, that was before the new Wembley. Was it still 90?
Yes, it was still 90.
Yeah, it's still 90.
It was still 90.
Okay.
Wembley was still 90. It's always been 90.
No, but do Arsenal not fill out the Emirates though?
He's just he's chatting. He's
How,
chatting.
Pete,
He's
how
chatting.
often do Arsenal sell out
in
like
the
every
big
seat?
in the big games, bruv? You're talking about Arsenal. You said Spurs City.
Yeah.
Ernest's point was Tottenham's a small club because it can't sell out Wembley
Against
for
the
Spurs.
champions.
And you know what the saddest thing is? I bet you if you went online to try and buy a ticket, it said sold out. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
Bro, I could have sat anywhere. I seen the video.
The top tier.
I seen the
was
video on
every
your
team.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
Top tier. was
Let me
every
check.
team.
Let me check what the
I seen the video on your WhatsApp,
Let me
bro.
check what the capacity of the attendance.
I could have sat anywhere, bro. No, I don't think you understand.
Wembley.
Like up middle tier.
bloody hell, blood.
Fam, man, think it's joke.
From the upper tier is ready, bruv. It looked like an Arsenal stadium.
That's a mad thing.
Bro, man, think it's joke.
That was against Man City.
Oh.
Bro, I
Man
could have
City.
sat anywhere.
Man City.
Tim Pot.
Look at
No,
that.
that's bad.
No,
Yeah,
man,
nah,
think it's
no,
joke.
that's
my
Andy Joshua
God.
sold the whole thing out.
Yeah.
Oh my
Andy
God,
Joshua
that's
sold
the
bad.
the
floor.
whole thing out.
No,
Nothing
guys,
floor.
that's bad.
That's
I-
awful.
I-
That's
I-
awful.
I-
Hold on.
That's
That's awful.
Is that Michael Dawson?
Michael
Yeah.
Dawson
He
plays.
started off at Forest, didn't it?
Did he?
Yeah, him and Andy Reid.
Hey,
Spurs
that's bad,
back
bro.
then.
That's not good.
Mate, that's awful.
By the way, top 4 listeners, we're watching a game that we shouldn't be watching.
What's that?
That
Burton
no one
Albion.
cares about.
Oh, I care. Burton Albion against Nottingham Forest.
No one cares.
Shall I tell you why I care?
What class?
Shall I tell you why? Because they will be facing Arsenal in the next round. The winners of this game will be facing Arsenal in the next
one
round
cares
of the
about this game.
Carabao Cup.
How big
Back
is
to
how
Vince.
big is Tottenham's new stadium?
61.
61,000.
That says that. Can we stop there? Can
Yeah,
we stop? Can we
please,
pause it
explain-
right there?
explain why
Can we
it's one.
pause that right there? Why it's 61?
Explain
It's
why.
1,000
1,000
more than the Emirates Stadium.
Says it all.
And also, their last title win was in 61.
That's the PR move. The PR move is that our last league was in 61.
But as a PR move, that's stupid.
You'd think.
No, as a PR move,
They
why
want
would
to
you
leave.
want to remind people of the last time you
Yeah,
won the
no,
league?
you're right. That's dumb.
That's stupid.
dumb.
I don't get it.
Hey, Tottenham are dumb.
The reason I asked that is because I have no sympathy for Tottenham because their attendance was 56,000.
By the way, I thought West Ham fans were hilarious, yeah?
Yeah.
You see black Tottenham fans?
Yeah.
Did it exist?
Oh, bro.
Black.
Just bury them.
Oh, raw.
Bro,
what's my
have
man's
you,
name?
like,
Light skin or black?
no, black. As in
yeah.
Nubian.
I don't know.
No, bro. These men are super cockney.
The only one I know is
is
AJ
it?
Tracy.
I said
Bro, too funny. But anyway,
I'm white.
the game was, I enjoyed it very much. I thought Benjamin Mendy exposed exactly what I've been telling people about this Brer. Is he a fraud? I'm close. I'm close to calling him that. Benjamin Mendy. I'm close to calling him that. Bro, he was worse. Like, you lot must have seen it on TV. He was worse in real life. The Brer is all over the gap.
He was sloppy.
He's good at going forward, and even that, like yesterday, like Trippier just shut him up. And then, like, who was good for Tottenham yesterday? I say Sissoko. I think he's good for Tottenham. That says everything.
Sorry. Whenever I see him, I look at
I was dying,
£35 million.
I was £90 a week. I was £90 a week.
Like 100.
Harry Winks when he came on was excellent. He was excellent.
He's tidy.
Yeah, I saw him do a couple of times.
Trippier.
Like, yo.
But you know who impressed me on the Man City end? The two centre backs.
Oh really?
Yo,
What,
John Stones
as well?
John Stones and Laporte. John Stones probably had more tackles than tackles and clearances than I don't know the stats. But yesterday, them man were everything Mendy did that was flopping them just made them look greater because like they were clearing up a lot of his mess and they were sick, man. And you know who else? Like I've said it for a long time. David Silva is the best player I've seen live. You see yesterday? No, David Silva is the best player I've seen. No, he is. He's incredible, bro.
He's incredible.
He's mad.
What was up with his miss though? That open goal. They passed.
All right, should we talk about misses last night? Should we talk about misses?
Yeah. Oh.
Your boy Harold Kane, with the heavy touch in the 18-yard box.
Not my boy. That's not my boy.
Poor touch.
No, he's my boy still.
Bro, that's all he did last night.
Yeah, poor touch.
All he did was the poor touch last night. Do you see what I'm saying?
Eric Lamella's one, unbelievable.
No, you see Lamella, I feel like on another day he scores a hat-trick, you know. His control was not great. No, as in what I saw what Posh was trying to do with him. But it's like as soon as he touched because City knew, as soon as he touches the ball, he's trying to feed Harry Kane. And that was one of the reasons why Kane did nothing last night or whatever, yeah.
So you're saying they nullified him, man?
They nullified him very easily.
Right.
But Moussa Dembele he's
finished.
I don't know. He's had two bad games in a row for me. I saw him against PSV and I thought, no, this guy, he's erratic.
And against Liverpool as well.
For me, as far as like recycling the ball, distribution was okay, but he didn't lose it. Tottenham kept losing the ball, and he kept, winning it back.
But that's Dembele ball retention, isn't it?
Do you see what I'm saying? And I feel like for that he was good. I felt Alderweireld was good.
So weird, isn't it? Because at Fulham he was like the number 10.
Number 10, isn't it?
It's so strange. So,
do you see what I'm saying?
When they were side of us, who was that?
Eric Dyer is the most pointless footballer I think in the league.
The most pointless.
Like, why was he there yesterday?
I don't know.
I feel like Eric Dyer puts on a Tottenham shirt.
What, to make out the numbers?
I feel like he puts on a Tottenham shirt and just turns up to play. The guy that, and Big Sam had the audacity, the caucasity, the unmitigated goal to say he's not better or worse than one of the greatest, if not the greatest DM of our generation.
I think that's what's funny. I said better or worse.
That's what I'm saying.
That's hilarious.
A man said he's not better or worse than Sergio Busquets. Now, Eric Dyer, oh gosh, seeing him in live is worse.
There's a reason, Sam Allardyce, why you've never got the big job. And it's for comments like that.
And when you did get it, you lost it in 60 days.
Yeah.
Massive reason why.
Best England manager of all time.
Which one's funny? His or Lopetegui, who's lost 2 jobs in 12 weeks.
And shout out to Lopetegui.
Oh, come on.
But did you see him in the airport?
Oh my God. Is that what happens when you lose an El Clasico? That's it, you're sacked.
No, this is
It wasn't just an El
You don't
Clasico.
get piped 5-1, bro.
5.
No, they got.
You forget Mourinho got battered 5 as well. Mourinho ate 5
but
in his
there's no
first El
Messi, bro.
Clasico.
There's no Messi.
So there was no Messi, Pete.
But there was no Ronaldo. More importantly.
Suarez was
Yep.
great.
No, forget that. There was no Messi.
Ernest.
Forget Ronaldo.
No.
You have to forget Ronaldo. Do you know why? Do you know why?
They took 5. We can't. They took 5.
No, 5 without Messi.
You know that Booker T?
Now can you dig that? No, Pete, there was no.
But with Ronaldo, Mourinho lost 5-0 to Barcelona.
With Ronaldo on the pitch,
Like-
Sergio Roberto was playing right wing and scored in the El Clasico. So that's what I'm saying. Forget Ronaldo.
Do you lose your job for it?
Of course you
Not
do.
for that, though.
Bruv, they're like,
right there in the league.
Bruv, it's been a catalogue.
They've lost.
The guy lost 3-0 to Sevilla.
He was on his last legs before that game.
But I remember us waxing lyrical that Zidane cutting a Vectra at the best time because he has an aging team. Benzema 30.
No. My argument wasn't that it was an aging team. My argument was that you quit while you're ahead because the guy has won 3 Champions Leagues.
The only way is down.
It's not. It's not going to get better. Bro, the guy was 18 points behind Barca and still won the Champions League.
Yeah,
You think Real Madrid weren't always going to go down?
No,
bro. With Ronaldo, they were going down.
No, agreed. Yeah, but the thing
He
is,
would have made a difference this season.
Ronaldo moaned about this. He said, "Look, you lot need to reinvest in this team," and he said it for the last 2 years. Didn't listen, and he bounced.
Stevie Wonder can see that they needed a reinforcement.
So my thing is, do you get sacked when you've been given the situation you've been given?
But apparently, I read a quote today that his dad was saying, Lopetegui's dad was like Ronaldo was like out and out the best player in this team, the best player by country mile.
By a country mile.
Like, do you know what country mile is?
Do you know how sick Ronaldo is?
That's like what Dorset to Surrey.
It's so stupid. Do you know how sick Ronaldo is?
He was the best player in the biggest club in the world that had just won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. You sold
4
him.
in 5 years.
You sold him and signed Mariano.
A player you sold the year before.
Like,
exactly.
It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not cussing Mariano. You're just not. You're not level. You're not number 7. You're just not number 7.
You're not.
And God forbid Hazard had gone, because I hope Hazard is watching this scenario.
I
hope he is, because Courtois is Draco Malfoy. He is Lucius Malfoy. He's Tom Voldemort.
No.
He is the biggest Slytherin snake.
He is.
In this side of Europe, and he's a clown. Yeah.
I said it's Rico, you know.
It's fine though, because
Listen, he's Rico from Pain and Fall.
it's fine because Suarez is scoring headers from outside the box.
The thing
Fine.
is, though,
It's fine.
like, Hazard will still want to go there because of the cachet of Real Madrid.
Of the Blanco.
And because it will turn
Biggest
round.
club in world football.
It will turn round. However, they need to get it sorted.
Pete, I don't know. I think Barca's time is coming. You know, like Barca had 8 years, and then Madrid came back for 5 years.
Yeah.
I think it's back around to
When Iniesta and Xavi have been
That's what I'm
generated.
saying.
I can't lie. Do you know who my hot take for this year's Champions League is? Juventus.
I knew you were going to say that.
Juventus.
I knew you were
Well,
going to
Ronaldo factor.
Because of what we're talking about, Ronaldo.
I think he tips the balance.
Ronaldo does tip the balance, but B, not only that. Without Ronaldo, Juve could still win it because of how bad the situation is at Real Madrid, and because of Barcelona, you're just not convinced. Like Barcelona
Still
should
Barca,
be there.
Yeah.
No, but
Still Barca,
you would have said that last year, and you would have said that the year before.
No, but
when was the last time Barcelona in the final? Name me the last time.
2015 for real.
Good grief, 15. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be in 19. It'll be 4 years. It will be 4 years since we went to the final.
For European Cup final, that's not too far, man.
It's not, but when you're Barcelona, it is.
When you're Barcelona, it is.
It definitely is.
When you're Barca,
It definitely is.
And
And to make matters worse, Atletico and Juve have been there twice since that time. So if you think about it, really, Juve could go without Ronaldo to the Champions League final.
No, but Barca have never gone to the final as like the lesser team.
No, that's
Like
true.
Atletico have gone as the team that were not going to win it.
But you look at
Juve have gone as a team that we're not going to win it.
Look
when Barca go to the final, when Barca go to the final, they win it.
They win.
Yeah.
But you look at the semi-finals and the last 6 and the quarterfinals when they got knocked out. They got knocked out against opposition they shouldn't get beaten by. Do you know what I'm saying? Every single time.
But they got knocked out by a Bayern Munich team that were just eating like plantain and that.
They got
Their man were on
yeah.
crud.
But they also lost to Juve. I remember what's his name. Yeah, I remember when what's his name? What's his gums? Didn't Morata score like a winning goal against Barcelona under Juve when he was there? Or did he?
I saw it was PSG who knocked them out.
PSG knocked out Barca.
Did they?
No. I remember Barca beating PSG. Who did Barcelona lose last year? Was it Roma? The year before that was who?
Oh, that Atletico.
Atletico. I'm thinking.
It was Atletico that knocked them out.
It might have been. Was it Atletico?
It was Atletico.
Well, Atletico in the final, innit? So it's either Real Madrid or them, and I guess it would have been.
And it wasn't Madrid.
And it weren't Real, innit? Yeah,
The last Madrid Barca, the last El Clasico in the Champions League was, I think, when Di Maria just twined Puyol. I think 2014.
Man took it there.
I think 2014 when they won.
That's some time ago.
You see what I'm saying? Bro, when Barca go to the final, they
the
win.
Champions League in 2014. Was it Real? It was
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
14, 16.
Yeah. Yeah, Ancelotti banged them in the Copa del Rey and Champions League.
Yeah, 14, 16, 17, 18.
It's
You know
crazy. Well, you know what? Now there's a door open at Real Madrid. I'm looking at one Maurizio Pochettino.
Antonio.
You say Antonio. I'm looking at Maurizio Pochettino. What must he be thinking?
Did you hear the crowd before the game?
Oh, did you hear it after?
I said, you know what?
Mauricio. But he's been doing this all. How long has he done that for?
He pulled out the Strally and just sprayed at Daniel Levy.
But
man's been saying that for time.
But I was gonna say, do you remember him at the end of last season?
He's been saying this for a minute.
We need to be brave this summer. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said as that closing line at the end of the last season. He says Tottenham need to be brave.
But yesterday's quotes.
No, he was on fire yesterday.
What do you mean? He said brave.
No, yesterday's
did I sign anybody?
Let me find these quotes. Let me find these quotes.
But I think he was getting to the point of like you need to improve.
Yeah.
And you know the way they spun it was that the fact that Tottenham kept their players was actually was a great transfer window in itself.
Says everything about Tottenham Hotspur.
I mean,
it says everything about their situation.
Listen.
No. It's Tottenham Hotspur.
I found it. He said. Speaking at pre-match press conference, he said the club is not focused completely on winning titles. Today we spend a lot of energy on many things. One is to win games, but it is not the priority to win games. Wow. So they speak about them, but it's not the priority. The frustration is massive. My feeling is the worst feeling for 4.5 years, even though it's the club's best ever start to the Premier League. To be a real contender, this team will need to improve.
He's not lying. He said the priority of
he never said a single line
is not to win games.
And
it's not.
No.
And it's not.
Not to win games. No. I'm not. Listen, not to win games.
We just spoke for ages about them trying to rebuild this stadium. Yeah, these men are just trying to stay afloat.
Blood.
They're not trying to win the league.
That's how Dele Alli just signed his new contract.
Yeah,
break even.
Trying to win the league.
Another massive tool. A 6-year deal.
Well, like 10k increase.
6-year deal.
It's a 10k increase.
What did they say to this guy?
What
did they say to him?
Well, we signed like 4 contracts. This is his debut. I'm not even kidding.
Dele Alli could have been.
I don't understand football contracts.
Could be the biggest English star. Easy.
Could be the biggest English star.
Yeah.
Nah, mate, not like Rooney.
As in,
Rooney, like,
I mean, right now, Rooney's not here. So
I'm saying that
Rooney
what bigger than Kane?
Yeah.
You think Dele Alli could be bigger than Kane?
No, as in terms of brand.
Who cares about brand, bro?
What, because Harry Kane's boring?
Yeah, Harry Kane's a boring guy. Dele Alli's the one who's doing all the eye thing, the handshakes, all that. I would say...
But I'll probably say Lingard is the most exciting. Lingard and Sterling are the most exciting.
I said Sterling.
I don't think Sterling. I don't think Dele Alli can chat brand-wise to those other two players.
I think
Dele Alli.
Yeah.
Dele Alli.
I tweeted this before the World Cup. If Dele Alli had a sick World Cup, he would have been the poster boy for English football. He would have been on the cover.
But he wasn't.
That's like everyone.
He already had the BT Sport advert.
Harry Maguire had a good World Cup.
Okay, but he already had the BT Sport advert.
He's not the poster boy. His point is, there's a difference between...
But Dele Alli is not the poster boy for England.
Dele Alli, he's got the X factor though.
He's got all of it.
Like him and... Yes, you're right about Lingard. They got this X factor where, like... It's the Pogba thing. It's that thing of...
Dele Alli's got clout because he's good for Tottenham.
No, for sure. He's a good player.
Yeah, but Lingard plays for United. If Lingard played for Tottenham, he wouldn't have the same clout. Dele Alli's got the clout of him.
For Tottenham as well.
No, I haven't got issues with that. I just... He could be the biggest... I don't know.
But the key word is...
Yeah, I mean, it's all irrelevant, really. It's just my fault.
Doing it on the pitch.
Yeah, it's all irrelevant. It's just my fault.
Yes, David.
You're not doing it on the pitch. You have no brand.
The biggest brand in the Premier League is Paul Pogba. But he's not the best player.
Is that United or is that Juventus?
No, that's him. That's Paul Pogba. And I'm saying if
that has nothing to do with you.
I'm saying if Dele Alli had the right PR manager, he could be the biggest English guy. I think. But anyway,
I'm not doing it on the pitch. Keep quiet.
The bottom line is right.
Keep quiet.
The bottom line is this.
That man said, "Keep quiet."
Mauricio Pochettino to Real Madrid. We need to make this happen. Just get it over the line. And that's the end.
I didn't tell us maybe about him. He's unsackable.
I'm on transfer.
So he can talk any type of crud he likes. He can say what he can slap backhand Daniel Levy in the boardroom. He's untouchable, bro.
Yeah. So the guy said the priority is not to win the league. I can't believe I actually even heard that. Because it's one thing to say not to win the league, right? It's, that's not in our priority as such. We want to stay up there. We want to do this. We want to do that. But to say the priority is not to win games.
One thing we really have to understand: contextualize the situation. This is Tottenham. We've never seen a Tottenham like this. In our life, Tottenham have never been this good,
right?
Ever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So by they're looking at this is success.
Ever, but
okay, you know what I mean? When they won,
is it just for the Spurs?
You know what?
Looking at Daniel Levy, bro. The last league was before England won the flipping World Cup.
Yeah,
like. Come on,
I
let's
feel like Oscar
be real
Wilson is a
here.
valid
No, so,
point.
so wait, what? No, but what is your point?
No,
I'm saying
what's
they're
success?
happy with where they
Yeah,
are.
what's success for Tottenham
They're
Hotspur?
extremely happy with where they are.
The next spend is 29 million
Maurizio
pounds.
Pochettino is not happy with it. Though.
He's not, no.
He's
But
not happy with it.
when Leicester won the league, they weren't looking at the transfer window going, oh, we need to try and win the Champions League. We need to push this team. They're not. They were fine. They were happy with what they did. And Tottenham are happy with where they are.
Yeah.
Not the
They're
players,
happy.
not the fans,
They're happy.
but the board are looking at this situation like, yes, it's kind of like similar how when Arsenal had just gone through their stadium thing and the board were happy with finishing fourth every year and the fans got tired of it. It's similar to that.
No,
the fans are going to get tired of this.
Arsenal didn't turn around and say our priority is not to win games. Like I said, if it's to not win the league,
Wasn't that why Van Persie left? Like, cause
Apparently, Dele Alli's on 100 bags.
Like, about time.
really,
Someone's saying 150, someone's saying 100.
you can't be making 100 grand if you have never won anything. I'm sorry, I can't have this. How are people having such livings, such lives, such life? And the thing is, it's the fact that they can't go and spend that money in the transfer market because they're giving 100 to that one, 100 to that one.
No, but it's about,
100 to that one.
it's about keeping your assets, though, isn't it?
Bloody hell.
Daniel Levy knows. Daniel Levy knows the age group that he's got, and he's got the talent that he's got. So if you're not spending, keep the guys you have.
Then, but the reason they can't spend is because of what's going on with them right now.
But the thing is, they might need to sell more than anything.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Look,
No, but Pete, I'd rather put 100 on Ali than give 40 to Nkudu, 40 to NG,
no,
and 40 to Sissoko.
I agree. What
So you sell those guys.
More my point is
keep
you
your best
Sell
players, bro.
sell Eric Dyer.
My
Keep
point
your best players.
more so is you give 100 grand to a winner. So you either sign a player.
So that means nobody gets it then.
Correct. It's Tottenham Hotspur.
But no,
Tottenham bringing Hotspur.
but then guess what? Then their best players go, and then what do they do next?
Mate, it's Tottenham friggin' Hotspur.
Oh, bro,
I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what else. They're like in debt of how much?
They're-
600 million now.
they're trying to maintain.
They're trying to stay afloat right now.
Their stadium is about 600 million. is
That's
it?
man, we had to sell, man, blood. Them man,
Yeah,
watch.
but Arsenal was
There's
shot in.
gonna come a season, blood. where
Arsenal was
it's-
shot in,
wow,
blood, every year.
the bank balance is
Yeah,
gonna
but
get tight, bro.
they can't even do what Arsenal did.
Of course they can't because it's friggin' hard.
Yeah.
Because it's hard, and it's only until Man
He-
moves
he's not-
stadiums
man's trying to
they will
finesse
get
the thing,
what
bro,
we went
watch.
through for 10 years. It is
There's
friggin'
gonna come a
impossible.
moment where Harry Kane has to go, blood.
Yeah, they will.
Just that bid.
That big, bro. Here,
1/5.
That's all it is.
Or you can say that Dele Alli is just a fattened calf. So that's why they put him on a new contract. So that when he's sold,
Hey, all right then.
that's why I have no
Time will
problem.
tell.
I have no problem with a guy getting 100 racks if the club can afford it.
Yeah.
But
Like,
can they? But can they?
Well,
they have to.
Why can't they?
They have to.
Well,
Yeah,
what's their strength like in the transfer window?
Well. You look at Daniel Levy and you look at his background from an economic standpoint.
Yeah.
Why would Daniel Levy give a man 100 racks?
That's
if he
the
couldn't afford
perfect
it?
example. For Daniel Levy
Daniel
to
Levy,
give you
I'll give you 100 racks.
you deserve it.
No, because it's
You're
cheaper.
worth it.
It's cheaper
You're
to
worth
do it
it.
that way than to buy a player.
Exactly.
Obviously, because you've got to buy a player.
And
put
clearly
wages.
they're not buying players.
Right.
So
And
that's
Daniel
the
Levy
problem.
feels like he needs to keep lay hold of his assets.
The players they would want to buy are on 100 racks anyway.
Plus transfer fee.
And the players they want,
Yeah, but-
and the players they want to come to Tottenham to try and win stuff. Lucas Moura left a bad situation because the Brer was not getting picked. No one was going to
I was
pay.
like six
no
choice
no
winger.
one's going to buy Lucas Moura because first of all,
But
United.
it shows why he was the sixth choice
That's
winger.
why.
It shows why he's the sixth choice winger. Because he's not that good. He's not that good. You look at that Tottenham side,
Do you
right?
think that's
What-
where you need to be? Do you need to be smart as a manager?
And
As
do
in
what?
that's where you're a scout maybe. You start to look at players who are in the top clubs but they're not getting picked, and you could coax something out of those.
If-
players.
I think Lucas Moura was the perfect
if you can-
fit for Tottenham.
You got Barcelona's
If you
full
can afford,
choice.
if you can
forwards.
afford the wages, and if the player accepts to reduce wages, because he clearly reduced wages from PSG to Tottenham, I'm sure he did.
because it
You
would
know
have
what I'm saying?
been.
So it's not.
How much did they pay for him?
How much did they pay for it?
Was it like 26?
25, 26,
26. So like where else would they go? Because if they go for a player from a lesser club, they're paying way more than that. If they would try to get Zaha, they're paying way more than 26. So it's like.
But once upon a time-
Because they tried to go for Markham, and I think they're trying to go for him even now. And they were quoted as I think 60 million or something.
Nah, forget about it.
But you go 3 years ago now, right? What's the difference between that Tottenham and this Tottenham? 3 years on,
Bentaleb.
right? So Bentaleb less.
No, bro.
What's the difference between Tottenham in 2016
Yeah.
to Tottenham 2018?
They've got 3 more years of actually doing it.
Of Champions League experience doing it, yeah. Just being there.
Just being there.
Maintaining and being there. That's it.
Nah, that Champions League thing is gonna come to an end soon. Still,
Of course it will.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
because I would highlight the Premier League experience more now than Champions League. Champions League is a write-off. Them man don't have the heart for it. But
Fred, they had the nerve to say that their club shop
Temerity.
is the only club shop in London that has Champions League football.
Stadium,
on
bro.
the week in which,
stadium,
their club shop opened up.
they've had it for time,
They've
though.
opened a club shop. They announced
They
it.
had that thing since
They
summer.
announced-
Did you not see the billboards all around London?
Mate, they
On the
announced
central line, on the central line when it was
The only place to watch Champions League in their new stadium. The only place to watch Champions League in London in their new stadium.
hell.
And
They've
you've
had
got to
that.
watch
Yeah,
it.
they've had it for a minute.
and on
watch
the
it.
eve of which they're going out of the Champions League come November.
That's the most Spurs thing.
it's so
Tottenham's
Tottenham.
the most
Spurs.
Spurs.
so
The
Tottenham.
stadium
So
not
Tottenham.
being ready that you built with for 61,000 fans is so Tottenham Hotspur.
so
And
Tottenham.
you know what's so sad? I know a few Tottenham fans. Do you know they've paid for their season ticket as though they were in the new stadium, meaning more money than what they paid for when they were at Wembley last year.
Hey, bro,
It's
Daniel
a disgrace.
Levy is
It's an
Uncle Phil,
absolute
mate.
disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace.
Daniel Levy is a flipping money king, bro.
Right.
But did you see Uncle Phil's yards?
Daniel Levy.
I was
is
a
Uncle
top
Phil,
judge fan.
With City beating Spurs, those who are in the title race, are you gutted by that? Because if there are games that you expect City to drop points, it's Spurs away.
It felt like I lost that game myself.
The thing that's frightening is that they've played Arsenal away, they've played Spurs away, and they played Liverpool away, and they've not lost any. They've got 7 points, I think.
Bro,
So
By the way, they've conceded like 3 goals.
they've conceded 3 goals.
With John Stones and Laporte, like I loved their partnership yesterday. I didn't take notice of them until yesterday. I was like, you know what, they're looking good, man.
So City carry on marching.
Mad things, blood.
Let's go across to Manchester United, who beat Everton 2 goals
Why
to
are we
1.
talking about United?
Well, let's get it over and done with.
That's a rip
I really don't like
rip off the
that.
plaster, you know.
I'd say let's just rip the band-aid off quickly.
Arsenal,
Did
make
you not
a
see
bid
Pogba's
for my
video
shout,
today?
bro. That's
When
my
he's
shout,
walking
my
towards
team.
the cars,
What's that?
It is
What's-
banner.
Say that again?
Pogba done a video of him walking outside his house to the cars, the same way he does his run-up.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, you didn't notice?
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, why is he walking like
Yeah, he was doing his penalty run-up to his car. So it took him like 40 seconds to get like 10 yards, literally,
Bro,
to his car.
Twitter finished
It was
me on
funny.
Sunday. The things
funny.
you can do by the time
Bedroom.
Pogba
The
takes
Usain
it.
Bolt.
I was the Usain Bolt thing finished me. Bro.
Ernest, Man United are unbeaten in 3. Are they back? It's not banner. It's 3 games without losing. Are they back?
man.
Back to where?
No, Adrian. Like honestly,
Are they back?
Back on
Are
top.
they on surge? Are they on the
we're
on the roof?
eighth. We're eighth.
Are they great
Are
again?
they on the mate?
That's a make United great. The Donald Trump ones. The Kanye ones even.
Bro,
Are they on the way up?
bro.
Is the question.
For me, if we're not winning the league, I don't care.
No, for the circumstance that you've just come from to where you are now.
We finished second last year. Why are we in the circumstances? We finished second last
Real
year.
talk,
It's
though, real talk.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's real.
Like, I don't care. This season is a write-off.
It's a write-off.
This season's been a write-off.
I know you've been supporting Atletico Madrid, but surely you were beating the chest when
But Atletico lost as well.
when what's his name? When
Atletico lost 3-0 to Dortmund,
who are
mate.
you thinking of? Adama Traore? Is that who you're thinking of?
No, I was. He looks like
Never mind.
Saidi Janko, like he used to play for us.
Janko.
But
I think
anyway,
it is him.
is that him?
Playing for Notts Forest. Let's see.
Probably, but yeah,
Well,
like,
right back.
yeah.
And he went to Celtic.
Oh,
for a piece.
penalty there, John. That was awful, that tackle. That the Forest have conceded a penalty.
Ah,
It was a
mate.
shocker. Absolutely
Oh,
shocking.
Bridcut. Former Chelsea.
Oh,
In
my
Chelsea.
gosh.
I liked him,
I've
you
got
know.
Sunderland
I thought-
in my
Yeah, he played for Sunderland as well.
Okay,
No,
yeah.
but he started from the academy.
Ah,
I thought it was like a no-nonsense DM, like hard
That's just
tackling.
woeful. But yeah, are they back, Ernest? If it's a write-off, let it be a write-off. But are they improving from where they've been this season?
No,
No?
It's do you know what it is? Yeah, there's so many things to pick apart. There's so many like small victories and so many small L's that we're still taking. Where it's like it's still not he's still not picking the best 11. Dropping Lukaku for me, like the man them were excited, but I was like, he's gonna play him in the next game, mate.
Wait, you excited?
No, because it's one. I don't want to see one game.
You don't want to see one game.
I want
But
to see.
You don't want to see one game.
I
Yeah,
want
but
to
you know, you should, as in, it's what you wanted. So
I don't want it for one game.
yeah, but you didn't know it was going to be for one game. Like if
Oscar,
If United won, Rashford scores 2, Martial gets a goal,
Fam.
you're thinking he's going to start with that next time, no?
Why would I think that?
Because it worked.
Because Lukaku's Mourinho's son. What do you guys not understand about that?
I don't know, but he
said-
dropped
so
him
much
against
so-
Everton, no. You know Lukaku wanted to play against Everton, and he dropped him against Everton.
Yeah, we did, but Mourinho. Listen, have you heard a bad thing Mourinho said in terms of a criticism Mourinho's ever said about Lukaku this season? Have you heard one?
No, but I'm not watching.
The only thing he said is that he's tired.
That's not.
I'm gonna say he said he's out of
right,
form.
yeah.
Sorry, he said he's out of form.
He didn't even say he's tired. He said he's out of form.
But when he gets one goal, he'll be back.
Some of the cameos they showed on Match of the Day of his misses.
Of who Lukaku's missing?
Yeah,
He did it on Match of the Day.
Yeah, I don't know how long he played.
And he's still not getting
A compilation.
He's still not getting corn from any pundit.
Why do you think that
But
is?
because according so you see pundits, yeah, I feel like they're more on the side. Like Jamie Redknapp was saying, he's not getting any service. I said, you guys do not watch Man United games. Like, it's clear now that you don't watch Man United because you saw the cross, you saw the cross to his head, and you saw the miss. But you guys don't want to talk about the miss because apparently he doesn't get service in every game. But you saw what he had against Juve. The ball hit his leg and it bounced up to the sky.
Man's getting room service.
Like I'm so sorry. Like I don't want to talk about United because there's nothing I'm going to say today that's different from anything I've said before.
Yeah.
I've said how long have I said Martial needs to be starting? When he starts, what happens?
When he had his one-on-one though, I mean, yeah.
Do you know what it is? And me and Remy had a debate on the group chat. He's allowed to miss as many games as Lukaku's allowed to miss. He's allowed. I don't care because do you know what it is? Should Martial score that goal? Of course he should. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is Lukaku's missed. He misses on average 3 chances per game, and it's allowed. And there's no corn.
No repercussion.
There's no repercussion.
No deterrent.
And the thing is,
Like, what's to stop him from missing again?
no, honestly,
What's
Adrian,
to stop him?
what's to stop him?
The
What's the-
timeline. The timeline is.
Hey, it gets to him. Did you see what he posted on Snap?
Yeah.
On Snap.
What did he
No.
post?
Oh, when he was like, I don't care what people think.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, you do care. That's why you're posting.
Exactly.
You're posting
But
this.
you play for Manchester United, you're
Like,
like bags
bro,
a week.
like-
it's caught.
Like, I'm tired of it. And the thing is, forget Lukaku, yeah? Like, for me, seeing Fred back, I was so gassed, man. Like, Fred scored against Wolves, and what he got for that was 4 games of no starts. And for me, I'm like, okay,
That's
cool.
when you face it, that's kind of mad.
Is it time to drop Marcus Rashford, please?
No,
Why not?
because we don't have a right winger.
Well, I'm getting tired of him. I'd rather
You're getting tired of Marcus Rashford?
Yeah, I'd rather you play Matt.
Oh, should I give you a list of who I'm tired of?
Well, the thing is, Marcus Rashford
Should I give you a list?
No, but Rashford gets let go. Rashford has not been great this season.
We don't have a right winger.
Play Juan Mata there.
No.
Just get him in the side.
No, we can't.
Get Mata in the side. You
No,
put him on
no,
the
I don't
right.
think you understand. We can't afford that. I don't think you understand.
You can afford to have Rashford there.
Is it too expensive?
Rashford did more in those 60 minutes than I've seen from Lukaku in the last 4 games. Do you know what he did that Lukaku doesn't do?
Right.
He stretched defence.
I think
Yeah.
that's harsh.
Pete,
I think that's harsh.
Again, do you watch Man United games?
I'm
I'm tired of having this conversation with you.
90, no, but
You don't. So that's what you can't comment then. This is what
I
I can't
can.
point.
If I see
You
Lukaku
can't
do
comment,
more,
Pete.
if I see Luke,
Why do you? I don't argue. I don't argue.
Even then, did you watch Man United vs Everton?
What do you mean?
Did you watch it?
As in, I saw match of the day.
Nah,
but
then Pete, come on.
Like,
No, Pete, come on.
Wait, what are we doing here?
No, Wait, listen. On the pod.
So do I have to watch 90 minutes of every game to know that
I'm saying.
to know that Lukaku.
I said it's harsh. I didn't say it's wrong.
He said
I said
he's
it's harsh.
He said he's
Pete,
seen more
everything's
than
Pete,
Rashford than he has for
Pete, I'll keep it a buck. I feel like everything I say about Lukaku is harsh to you.
No.
Or the things that I'll say about Mata, like you said what I said about Mata and Mourinho was harsh.
What you said about Mourinho was harsh. You called Mourinho scum. I don't understand why.
Mourinho's scum!
How?
Mourinho's lost his mind! Mourinho's scum!
He said he lost his mind. Fine. How's he scum?
Hold on. What?
How is he scum?
What? Should I kick off?
Is it
Just start.
scum?
On why he's scum.
Scum. Yes.
You've called him scum before. I don't.
Oh no, because I can't stand him.
Yeah.
But
What, so you think I can?
He's your manager. So what does
that mean?
He's your guy, bro.
It's the same thing.
No, because
I'm very
I don't want to get into
I'll
a
call
conversation about scum.
No.
Let's talk about football.
But
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because
Mourinho is scum.
I think on a football thing, he's not scum, is he? He's not. Okay, he's having a hard season.
Pete,
Blah, blah, blah.
I watched a video on YouTube, yeah, of our best passing compilations from 2016 to 2018.
Passing compilations.
Yes. do you know who the common factor was in all of those combinations? Juan Mata. So why has he been dropped this season, please?
I agree.
So he's scum.
Matters in your stuff. Yeah.
So he's scum.
I think it's
He starts Matic, bro.
I think it's scum. I think it's something else. Okay, I think it's
bro,
something else.
Gylfi Sigurdsson, as much as he, like, on the pitch, I don't think he did much, but he had acres of space. Do you know why? Because the great Nemanja Matic is a snail. I've seen milk turn faster. The guy is a snail. No, I don't think you understand. Like, bro, I don't understand what certain men have to do to play for Mourinho. Like, I don't know what they have to do. Valencia looks like he's injured. But according to Mourinho, he had surgery on his mouth or something. I don't know what. I'm not going to ask questions. It looks like that.
He hasn't done it.
I don't know what happened. He said any player you saw in training is fit. So it looks like Dallow's not fit, which is why Darmian has been on the bench since West Ham. That's what it looks like. And these guys are injured. They're cool.
So where's this guy gone? I saw man tearing it up for the under-23s 1 week.
Yeah.
No, that was before Young Boys. That's why he started against Young Boys. That was like September.
No, it's fit.
So, I ain't seen him since. I don't think.
But the thing is, if a man's injured, I have nothing to say.
You're right. Yeah. No, I'm just curious as to what
my question is, where is Fred?
Yeah,
I said to the man at work, I think we signed Fred because our mascot is called Fred. Yeah.
Nah.
And I think we signed Fred just to have the slogan "Fred is a Red."
Nah, bro.
I think that's why we signed Fred.
Commercial use.
I think that's why we signed Fred. The guy scored against Wolverhampton and hasn't started until Sunday.
He must have scored a free kick as well.
Bro, like,
do you think though? Yeah.
And then you have the audacity to play McTominay, not just central midfield, but centre back. Mourinho is scum. No, this is sackable stuff.
No, like I said, is it?
He's scum. He's Saidi Django. He's Saidi Django. Yeah. He's scum. Do you want me to start on why Mourinho's scum?
No, because
the guy's been sending. I sent it Adrian today.
Scum's different.
I sent it Adrian today.
Thinking about the definition of scum?
No, because he said.
I sent it Adrian today. I sent it Adrian today. Yeah.
Go.
I sent it to Adrian today. The Brett is still talking. Yeah, about centre backs and how we didn't get centre backs because after the Juve game, man saying, you look at Juve.
Oh, those comments. Get onto that, please. Go on. The comments he said after Juventus was a disgrace.
Oh, Pete.
What he said about you again?
Pete,
what he said there was.
Pete, don't do that because he's been doing because because when I cuss him, you say I'm harsh.
No,
but
he's been saying scum.
He's been saying things like this for 2 years.
No, all I said is that you called him scum.
The guy said,
What's the definition of scum? I'm curious.
Tottenham Hotspur, like the line around the bath, that sort of thing. Like this, that's the stuff I call scum.
Mourinho scum.
Oh my God.
Mourinho is grime.
Scum is like, you know what I mean? It's like,
Mourinho is why you buy a sillet bag.
That's a sillet bag, you know.
Look, Mourinho has been scummy in the past.
That's what Mourinho is.
For sure.
He's the 0.001% that sillet bag can't get off.
Forget the Juve comments. Did you hear what he said about Martial after Everton?
What did you say?
I think justified.
Oh, for flip's sake. He said, so they asked him about, for flip's sake.
I think justified.
So they said to him, do you think Martial is like, after these round of games is finally coming into form? He said he finally has realised what we want him to do. And I said, hold on.
It's 100%.
I said,
100%. Wait, what?
I said, do man realise that Martial was actually better in 2015-16 than he is this season?
No, but he's finally. Like,
what's he doing different? Pete, and this is why you need to watch games.
No, because
that's why I asked you to watch games.
Mourinho was saying that he was working harder. He has been contributing.
What's he doing different? What's he doing different?
I don't know.
In fairness, we've questioned him about it before.
What's he doing different?
Well, he seems to be playing better. Whether it's defensively, whether it's this,
the guy scored 11 goals from September to December last year.
He never questioned his attacking play. Remember, Mourinho's number one gripe with Martial was team player. That was his number one gripe. It wasn't him scoring goals. Because we all know on this table, we all know he can score goals. Mourinho knows it too.
And I'm asking the panel. And I'm asking the panel. What's he doing different?
Hold on. No, hang on. Because Mourinho's saying that this guy is working harder for the team, right? And he's saying that and then even journalists are asking him about his run of form.
Oh, I thought that was Armand Traore.
That's what I thought you meant earlier. What's it called? He was saying that he's playing better in terms of he's more of a team player. He's giving me what I've asked him from him in the last season.
And I'm asking the man, what's he doing different?
The journalist then asked him about this form. Now the form isn't necessarily just scoring goals. He's talking about him as a player, that like the whole round game of Martial. And so Mourinho's like, look, now he's finally understood what I've wanted from him.
Because big man
What's
thing,
wrong with that?
big man thing. What did he do against in Stamford Bridge?
I was just about to bring that up.
Big man thing. What did he do?
That's what I was trying to say.
All
What
he
did
did
he
was
do?
score goals.
So what? So that's his game then. Oh, Pete, allow it, man. Pete, allow it, bro. Allow it. Because the thing, it's what I like about Peter sometimes. Oh, Peter's jarring
He's man
sometimes.
doing his job. He's man doing his
Pete, you're
job.
jarring. Pete, you turn it to Oscar sometimes, bro. Nah, bro. Pete, you're jarring,
We
bro.
understand that Mourinho is asking far too. Mourinho's being extra. If there's one thing we all don't like about Mourinho, he's just being extra. He's being extra with people like Martial. He's making examples of these guys, which I think is unfair. We all agree is unfair.
That's just working on for the team like Lukaku does anything.
But he
Like,
would
honestly, bro,
he would
like-
argue. He would say Lukaku gives me more.
Doesn't
but
do anything.
It's the fact he doesn't
He does
score as
nothing.
many goals.
He does nothing.
Bad.
He does nothing on the pitch.
I don't care who.
You saw him against Everton.
I don't care
But
what.
how ironic is it that the journalist himself comes to Mourinho and says, like, this form? And then
Because he's scoring goals.
But then Mourinho's saying he's now doing what I've asked him to do.
flip sake.
To score goals. So I don't get what the problem is. here. Why is it an issue?
No, Pete, I'm not having it. I'm not fooled.
You're trolling.
Bro, I'm not fooled.
trolling.
No, you're trolling.
I'm not
You're
trolling.
trolling.
You are 6'9"
No,
trolling.
no, you know what it is,
A
yeah?
striker's main job, yeah, in life.
In life.
Score goals, bro.
No,
David.
here's where we
No,
stop.
none of this. I don't care about Mourinho. He has to track
No, David,
Okay.
I haven't even got a problem with tracking back here if you're consistent with every other player. Lukaku does nothing. Lukaku does not. You saw him against Everton. He did nothing.
But if you're on the wing,
Oh, stop
aren't
it,
you supposed
Pete,
to be tracking back
man.
more
Stop
often
it,
than not?
man.
No,
Stop that, bro.
Does the centre half?
Stop it,
So does
man.
the centre forward
Stop
track
it,
as much
man.
as the
Stop
left
it,
and right
man.
winger?
Stop
They
it,
don't,
man.
they don't.
Stop it,
But
man.
That's it as without Firmino, you don't.
Stop it,
I
man.
like. I might never seen Firmino at the
Stop
back
it, man.
post.
Luke Shaw's last 3 games have been so pathetic, but no one has clocked because we haven't lost. Bruv, the guy is hugging Lindelof. But Mourinho's not going to call him out for
I
it.
think that comes down to fitness, bro. He's unfit.
But how many times was Luke Shaw being called out by Mourinho?
Oh, so
everyone got upset. Everyone got upset with that.
no.
And you know Mourinho as well as a troll because Mourinho turned around and said, "Well, I've played the players you wanted me to play. Oh, I've done this. Now that I praise him, I say good things."
And he's such an idiot.
Yeah.
He's
trolling
such an
everything.
idiot for that. Do you know why? Why are you listening to people who don't get paid to do your job?
Because the number one point is this.
That doesn't make sense.
Because the number one thing Mourinho has always done and will always continue to do, because we never talk about the game, is to take the attention away from what happened on the pitch. That's what he's best at. Because whatever...
It's not working.
Well, we don't talk about the performances on the pitch.
No, we were talking about the football.
I was talking about
we were
it.
talking about the
To be
football.
fair...
He's not fooling me, bro.
To be fair,
I am not fooled.
To be fair...
He's not pulling over these eyes.
No. I'm saying...
The Bray is an idiot,
the
bro.
generic media stuff, we're not talking about the...
Because the generic media don't know what they're talking
Yeah, who
about.
cares about them?
Fine.
They don't know what they're talking about.
No, but that's who he addresses.
He doesn't write-
That's
write
what he
the
comes. Bro, all that matters to him is who he's up against.
Bro.
He's not up against us.
But
So
that-
we can talk. We can
but
talk
that
about
don't-
football.
But that don't matter to us.
Of course
So-
not. But it matters to him.
Which is why he's a clown. Which is why he's a clown.
No, guys,
him.
you're asking me about why he's doing certain things, and I'm telling you
You're
why.
backing
I'm
him.
not asking
I'm
you.
not backing
I'm
it.
not asking you.
I'm not backing
I'm
it.
not asking you.
I'm not backing
questioning.
it. My
I'm
point-
questioning why he carries on with the same thing.
Because he's playing a game.
It's not working.
That's what you think.
It's not working though.
It's working with the media.
Because
it's working against the media.
Mourinho is
They're
the
not
only one.
talking- they're not talking
Mourinho's
about-
the only one that can't see that Lukaku's trash.
They are not talking about
He's the only one I
Mourinho.
can't see.
They're not talking about Mourinho
Listen,
and his
bro,
performances from his
bro,
team.
I'm-
They're not talking about
So I'm not
Mourinho.
talking about United.
No,
bro.
what I'm
This
saying
dumb,
is,
bro.
but listen, you've asked me questions and I'm trying to answer them.
I'm not asking you.
No. But I'm
asking
trying
you.
to address the point you're making.
That he's scum. It's clear.
No, Ernest.
Okay, what's the point that I'm making?
Well, let me finish then. Let me finish what I'm saying. Because my point is that it's again. We're not talking about Mourinho being sacked. We're not talking about the performances Man United have on the pitch. We're not talking about how pathetic he's been as a manager on the pitch this season.
This is the media in general you're talking
Correct.
about. Okay,
Correct.
Go on.
Correct.
Go on.
No,
he's not saying us. He's not saying
That's
us.
what I'm trying to say.
He's not saying us.
He doesn't listen to the top 4 pods.
It's about the tabloids.
He does not give a monkeys.
So the tabloids were not criticising him when he
To get sacked? When did they talk about the performance against Newcastle?
When he lost against West Ham.
Hang on.
No, it's true.
Did
No,
they talk
no.
about the performance against West Ham?
He's the master deflector.
No,
was
it's
it
not.
Pogba?
He's a spinner,
It
wasn't
was all about. Yeah, it was either Pogba.
No,
was
when he
missing,
played
or it
for
was Mourinho.
McTominay as centre back, then man, we're talking about
They
that.
didn't rinse McTominay for it.
Of course not. It's not necessarily his fault.
He's the
No.
person.
What, you talking about West Ham?
Yeah.
At West Ham, it was about Pogba getting taken off in the 60th minute.
Correct.
Them and Pogba's beef, and the fact that Mourinho lost to West Ham.
And
it wasn't about the performance.
By the way, that substitution, by the way, that Pogba one, you know that was like this guy is puppet master.
Yeah.
Because what happens is the media fall for it every
They
time.
eat from his palms.
Mate, we did not talk about the performance against Sevilla last season.
I can't remember how the game went.
I couldn't tell you. How the game went.
What was the score?
I just remember Ben Yedder coming off the bench and scoring
2-1.
That was it,
Yeah.
right?
It was 2-1.
Then when you talk about you, the fan who watches the game, who gives analysis on the match, right? But in terms of the generic, you look at every defeat Manchester United have had this season. Not once are we mentioning the game. The only ones that do are the fans. Gary Neville, Ernest, Top 4 podcast. Those are the only people that seem to mention it. But when
He's
you
not lying.
I don't understand why you bringing that up is relevant for when Ernest says Mourinho is scum. I don't understand why.
No, because
why
we
that's
left the
relevant.
argument. That argument left ages ago.
No,
How long have we been talking?
No,
That's what I seen online in 1954.
No, because we were saying he does stuff like take attention away from the game.
And you're putting that to his credit. You're saying he's doing what
It's
he's
not-
trying to
it's
do.
not-
he's
like-
giving
He's not saying it's a good thing.
He's giving
Bad thing.
commentary. He's
Don't
not.
mistake me saying
It's not
what's
saying it's a good or
happening
bad.
as me backing the
He's
guy.
just saying what's happening.
I'm telling you what's happening. I'm a frigging journalist right now. I'm
Yes,
just telling you
Steve.
what it is. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry.
Alright, Sky can't be.
The thing is, we've known Mourinho to do that. So I assume that when we come on this pod, we're just going to talk about why.
No, but for
why
example,
I don't understand why we're mentioning this now.
Like, Ernest brought up the point about Mourinho's comments about Martial after Everton. And I said, you know what? He's got a point.
No, he hasn't.
Exactly.
Because he did nothing in the previous game. That's something to did.
I'm with Ernest.
No, listen. Did Martial track back more against Everton than I've seen him this season? Yes, he did. I'm saying, don't talk about form from one game.
The journalist brought up form.
No, but then you answer about form.
Mourinho did say that. Look, now he's finally starting to understand what I want from him. We don't know what that is. We don't know what that
that's
is.
not just on the pitch, man.
We don't know what
that's
we
not
don't know
just
what
on
he's
the
talking
pitch,
about.
by the way.
When
No, but the journalist is talking about the pitch. The journalist is talking
the
about
journalist is talking about Martial's form, and Mourinho accredits it to look. He finally gets what I want from him. So
that could be a number of
for
things.
us, that could be anything. But of course,
But because it's the pitch, it's the pitch. The journalist doesn't see training.
Is
He
Martial
sees the
playing
pitch.
better now than he was at the start of the season?
What did I say when we started this Martial convo? I said he was better in 2015-16.
No, at the start of the season. At the start of the season, is he playing better? Is he playing better in the last 5 games as he did the first 5 games?
The reason why I'll say he's not is because, again, Mr. Mourinho, the wizard, has decided to play different midfield combinations with different starting attacking combinations. So you're seeing Martial, first of all, because Martial's actually starting the last 3 games. Included, 4 if you want to include Juve. Yeah? He started him against Leicester, then he started him against Brighton, dropped him after Brighton. We didn't see Martial till when?
He was deservedly dropped to get after Brighton, though. He was awful at Brighton.
So who else was deservedly dropped?
A lot of them were.
No one was deservedly. That's my point. No one else was.
It's because that you can replace Martial. That not every player can be replaced on that pitch. You have Sanchez behind you. You've got Rashford behind you.
If you switch up the thing and drop Lukaku from the Brighton game because he was dead. Then you're able to have more fluid options. Bro, we played 1 game against Everton. Not our best performance. But you saw how differently we attacked. To those who watched the game,
you lot were playing better.
The first 60 minutes is the most fluid football I've seen all season.
Yeah, but then
this is a team that's playing together as a group for the first time this season.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you do, because this is what do you know what it is about Mourinho that one of the biggest reasons I cuss him is because you're not doing the things that got you success at Chelsea. That's what I don't understand. You had your starting 11. Bro, we used to banter that this player had 11 men and 3 subs.
Yeah.
The other players on the bench didn't matter.
I feel like his squad is too big for that, though.
That's what
are his players as good as they were at Chelsea, though?
No.
I don't think we know that.
But we don't know that yet.
We don't know that.
The potential.
We don't.
Really?
We don't.
Chelsea's team?
Man, no. As in. We could only see
15. I'll even go 15.
No. This team is not as good as 2015 Chelsea in terms of quality, in terms of all of that stuff. Yeah. But the added thing with that is that we don't know yet On paper, Lukaku's not better than Costa. On paper, Lindelof is not better than David Luiz 2015. Yeah? Or whoever it was that was there. I'm just saying.
Actually, I agree. Lindelof's better than David Luiz.
David Luiz
was he not? Because it was Terry Cahill. It was Terry Cahill. And like Schürrle and all them, yeah? I'm saying that whether or not we think that 2015 was better, well, they won the league eventually, but whether or not we think they were better, we saw them play. We saw them every week. You knew Cesc and Matic were starting.
Yeah.
Every week.
And when Cesc gets the ball, you know Costa's on the move.
You know what's going on.
Costa's on the move.
Bro, 1 week Pogba's playing with Fred. The next minute he's playing with Pereira. The next minute he's playing with Matic. Bro, you can't find a combination, bro.
You can't build up.
And you can't build team cohesion. That's all I'm saying. Like, you earn 15 million a year, you're 30 and you don't know your best 11. That is suckable, bro.
But I think it's so many people at the same sort of level.
But is it because for what we don't see week to week in training and whatever else, and outside of the pitch or whatever, is it unfair for us to say it's sackable when we don't get to see what he sees?
Do you know why? Do you know why in this context that doesn't fly with me, yeah? It's because there's players he's played that do not deserve a second chance. Yeah. And he's given them more than 10 chances.
Like who?
Ashley Young!
And
Phil Jones!
Who would you play ahead of Young?
When Dalot was fit, I'll play him.
Yeah. And
in terms of, he's playing now
he's
because
not fit. Who else?
Valencia, before Ashley Young.
Okay, cool.
Valencia, listen.
So Ashley Young's one. Okay, cool.
Listen, Ashley Young plays right wing back for one reason, because he can cross. That's the only reason he plays.
Facts.
Luke Shaw is the better fullback.
Yeah.
But even he's moving a bit kicky hagger. You know what I'm ones? Yeah. But flipping, listen, Lukaku, I've cast Lukaku from Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
The guy is dead, bruv. Yeah. But you keep giving him chances. And for me, it's malpractice, yeah? Like, forget Lukaku's ability. De Bruyne has played a whole season, a World Cup, all summer. Didn't have a pre-season with us, yeah? And you bring him on, I think he's played 20 minutes. Listen, you see the Everton game? It's the second game he's been subbed on all season. Second game. We're in November, So, like, I'm not having it, bro.
What if he's not playing anymore? What if you don't see Lukaku in the next 3 or 4 games?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said to you guys before we started talking. I'm not rating one game. Yeah. Give me the same chances you gave Lukaku with these man.
With these lot.
Give me the same chances. Then I'll be... Because to me, I don't mind you not liking a certain guy. You're a manager. I'm not. Yeah. But be consistent. Yeah. If you're going to drop this Brer, why has Fred been dropped, please? You paid 60 million for him.
Good question.
Like, honestly, but this is bad, bro.
Is he losing his mind? Absolutely.
He lost it
at all.
He lost it. He lost it at Sevilla.
For the fact that he lost it. Yeah. I mean,
he lost it at
Sevilla.
Sevilla.
You saw the press conference. That was the first.
But the thing is, that was my yellow card. Certain man have told me that for them it was a red. But you see, when I said I'm not sure about this Mourinho Brer, when Eric Bailly got dropped in the FA Cup final, I said this Brer is mad. You're mad. You've lost your mind. Why the heck is Phil Jones marking Hazard? Are you taking a piss out of me, bro?
Fergie's back 4. I couldn't believe
it. In
2018! He's not been in the league since 2013.
Mourinho is scum. Mourinho is scum.
I think you're harsh.
The Brer is mad.
He's mad. He is mad.
And I'll say it again. Just like when you find £10 when you're cleaning your room, that's when you looked at Matter and said, "Raw, you're here.
You're still here, bro.
You're still here." I realise I have a number 10.
I think we agree here. Look, Matter, Fred.
I don't care where we agree.
Those guys should definitely start every single game.
He's scum. Don't sign. Bailly and Lindelof have played 4 times together. Are you mad?
Whoa.
Are you mad?
Since last season.
He's mad.
Quick question. What do you mean 4 times?
Adrian. This guy here, Mr. Arsenal, wanted me to start on my list. It's been like Mourinho scum.
It's been like 70 million on
He's scum.
But he's absolutely 4 times.
Bro, my head is hot. Bro, my head is hot. The guy's scum.
Wait, 4.
Mourinho's mad. Bailly is his oldest signing,
Hold on, wait.
The Mourinho era kicked off with Eric Bailly wearing the white Aeon jacket. Listen, I've got a wallpaper on my laptop, mate.
I think the last one was Brighton. Brighton this year, they played those 2
Bro, 4 times.
Fabinho's played 4 times for Liverpool.
Fam.
4.
Listen.
Can you name the games? Do you know them?
Brighton this year.
Brighton. No, because I want to find out what
were the flipping mad.
What were the results? I wonder what the results were.
If those are your 2 going forwards, you play them together.
If I was United manager,
we don't have a centre back that can build up the play from the back, and you sold Daley Blind back to Ajax. Fool. idiot, bruv. He's so dumb, bruv.
Hey, Lindelof meant to do that.
And you keep dropping him. You drop him and then you bring him on. Like, what's this guy on?
That's why I
bro, Debré started Herrera against Tottenham and brought Lindelof on.
For me,
why did Lindelof start the game?
For me, I think it's a thing where it's like this. You know when people have got too much money, you do stupid things, stupid decisions, you lose your nut. But I think it's got too much variety, personally. And it's too much mediocre variety. United,
listen.
You needed a clear up for years, bro. You needed a clear up.
But the thing is, this guy's talking about giving certain man 50 games. So I'm not having this business of he couldn't get the deadwood out. He's talking about Ashley Young, bro. I'm not having it, bro.
Get out of the club.
Like this guy.
All the players in your squad.
He loves. Again, he's loyal to the wrong players.
What's wrong with him?
I keep saying this, bro. To the wrong prayers, bro. Mata was Chelsea Player of the Year, twice in a row. Why is McTominay starting away from home to West Ham? Why?
Again, it's an issue of consistency because man said he did that, he played that system because
I don't care why he played the system. I don't care why.
But then the next game,
Masuaku.
But then the
it's
next
Antonio.
game, he played 4-3-3.
It's Declan Rice.
And Martial's.
It's Mark Noble who got sent off last week.
I just don't get it.
Fool.
I just don't get it.
It's West Ham United.
It's West Ham.
Come on, bro. I don't like talking about Man United. I'm not talking about Man United.
I thought you lost this weekend. Anyway, you're on the up. 3 games unbeaten in the league. You're climbing up the table. You're up in 8th.
Not having it, man.
I'll tell you why we should not be having it. Because Arsenal drew 2-2 at Palace.
Mustafi, you're scum, lad.
Now that's scum, my friend.
And Mustafi's scum.
No.
It's been good recently.
No,
he hasn't.
Don't believe that.
No,
that's your narrative. He's not. Listen.
Shut up,
last
man.
week. We can see through it. Just because they're winning games.
You're not fooling these eyes. Listen, do you know why he's not scum? Because he didn't ask to come to Arsenal. He didn't ask. He didn't ask to be picked.
Hang on. Are you sure? Are you sure?
No one asked.
That transfer request was handed at Valencia, and Arsenal wanted him.
Listen,
he wanted out to go to Inter last summer.
Listen, I'm saying that ultimately, obviously, you can want to go to a club.
He's scum.
But if a club say that they want you, like, and you want to move, like, it's not his fault that he's getting picked every week.
Nah,
do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you know whose fault it is? Mr. Unai Emery. And what did I say to you at the start of the season?
You said
when it comes to December, if it carries on like this in December,
Emery out,
and I'm mate.
Do you think he's waiting for Cross?
Russ, Adrian, I'm sure you didn't hear this the first time he said it.
No.
Please move mad, you know.
No, I'm not moving mad.
Man's taking you on like a 11-game winning run.
No, hear what I'm saying though, yeah? Can I name these centre-halves for you? I'll name them for you. Laurent Koscielny, Socrates, Rob Holding, Mavropanos, and...
That's one of your defenders is a philosopher.
And friggin' Skodran Mustafi. And Skodran, guess what? He's the worst out of the 5. He's the worst. And if you keep picking him as a manager, you keep playing him, he's played every single game this season, you need to be sacked. You need to be fired. You must be fired.
Because you were the one that said I should give Mourinho a chance. Yeah.
I agree.
When I kept saying...
Who is as bad as Mustafi in Manchester United? Name him.
Romelu!
Name him.
Lukaku!
Now you're trolling. Now you're trolling.
Lukaku's not that bad.
He's not Mustafi bad. He's not Mustafi. Mustafi's never had a good game. He's never had a good game. Ernest, do you pay 35 million for a guy who's never had a good game? He's been in for 3 seasons.
Hold on. He's never
had a good game.
What, not even 60 minutes?
No, Chelsea 0-0.
Garbage. The BS. What do you mean Chelsea?
That 0-0 was good.
No. The only time
last season.
The only time he looked good was when he scored against
Hold on. He's never had a good...
He's never had a good
45?
game. He's never had a good game.
He's had a good 60.
Arsenal fans tweet at Top 4 Podcast and show me the game he was good at. Show me.
Did you not see that thread of all of his bad decisions?
All of them? Why is he gone to ground against Kouyaté? You know, I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh my God! Did you see it?
I didn't understand it.
Did you see it? First of all, it's Kouyaté. Secondly, he's got his back to goal. Why have you gone to ground?
He's not going to spin.
He's not going to spin you.
He's not going to drop the shoulder.
Oh my God! This was a DM playing in a 6-yard box.
You know what's funny?
Why did you go to ground?
You know what the commentator will say? He'll say, you've done him a favour there, because he didn't know what to do next. He did not know what to do next.
Crystal Palace haven't scored a home goal this season. We give them 2 penalties.
Peter, what did I tell you?
I'm furious. I'm furious.
Palace away, it's not walking the park.
Shut up, Adrian. It's a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park. No, it's not. Oh, that's why I'm furious. Because, you know why? Because man go to Palace and piss on that pitch.
Yeah, they do.
Year after year.
But for some reason, against the top 6 sides, they
no, stuff that. No.
I'm not having that.
No, I'm not having none of that. I'm not having that. Did you see the goals we conceded? Did you see them?
So whose fault was that?
The second one, I do not blame Xhaka. Mustafi again, blood.
Mustafi, when he could have taken him out the halfway line.
Take my man out, blood.
How many minutes to
Eat
go?
that yellow card, bro.
Two occasions he could have taken him down.
Yes, bro.
2 occasions he could have taken him down. From the
What are you
halfway
talking
line.
about?
From the halfway line.
It's the halfway line for Premier, blood.
Halfway line to the penalty area. That's 50 yards.
It's like the 83rd minute. It wasn't last minute.
I don't give a damn.
Wait.
Belt him.
What minute was it?
Rosette, like 83rd.
Take him out, blood.
Rosette.
Do you man remember when Adebayo scored at Anfield, yeah? When Theo Walcott did that mad run?
Yeah.
It happened about 10 years ago.
Yeah. I remember.
When I watched it,
remember
do
that
you know what I
guy,
always ask myself? Why didn't Aurelio take him down?
Just take him out.
Take him out.
Take him out. Give me the yellow card.
Give me the
Thank you
yellow
very
card.
much.
Thank you very much.
And you know what will be even better? You'll be suspended for the next game.
Even
Great.
better.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Get out of my team.
Right, because by the way, on Saturday,
For goodness sake.
have you ever grabbed like a box of Kellogg's
Nah.
and just like put a knife through the top? That's what Liverpool are going to do to Arsenal on
I
Saturday.
don't know, you know.
Squadron Mustafi is
know.
the
Yeah,
worst
like
centre half in the league.
I hope so.
He's the worst centre half in the league. He is the worst centre half in the league.
I don't know, you know.
He looks like he's.
Sacco's bad, you know.
I was going to say, he should
No.
play with Fulham.
He's not Sacco bad. He's not Sacco bad.
You should play with Fulham.
I mean, sorry.
Name the mistake Sacco made against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Name it. Please name it. Please name it.
Mustafi's worse.
Because the goals that Palace conceded, in their defence,
Right,
the goals that Palace conceded,
Mustafi.
I would have Sacco in a
heartbeat.
heartbeat. Are you mad?
Every day of the week,
Every
twice
day
on
of the week.
Sundays.
Would you have Phil Jones?
Phil Jones, I'll take him.
I don't think he's bad.
Listen,
think
Squadron
he's bad.
Mustafi is the worst centre. He's an excuse for a centre half. How is he a World Cup
And a sorry
winner?
excuse like that.
How did we get 35 million quid for him? No, he's a disgrace. And Unai, stop picking him. Why'd you keep picking
Where's
him?
Socrates?
Playing Europa League.
Good question. He played in the Europa League the other day. He didn't play him against Palace.
You think he's going for the Europa League?
Oh yeah, he said he was.
Yeah,
he said,
Oh, he's actually
yeah,
said
he said he was.
Yeah,
He said he was.
That's his trophy, fam.
He said it's important for Arsenal to get Champions League football by any means necessary.
And you have to respect it.
So that was post match of the Sporting Lisbon game. But anyway, like I'm sick to death with seeing him on my team. I'm sick and tired of it. Like if I'm gonna say
he's bad.
if I'm gonna say Wenger, you know what, you need to go because you keep playing him. How can I change that for Unai? How can I act any different? As long as the manager plays that centre half, go. As long as you play him. Get him out of this. He has to be sold. We have to buy a centre half in January. We have to buy a centre half again in
Would you
the
take
summer.
Callum Chambers back?
No, because he's awful at Fulham. Have you seen what's going on over there?
Oh, I've never rated Callum
Fulham
Chambers.
have conceded 30 goals in 10 games.
Do you?
Bloody hell, that's
free
free a
on
game.
average.
I don't say to you like it's always a free hit at
man.
Fulham.
Oh,
They conceded 4 to Burnley.
Bro, do you know how bad
Bringing
Fulham are?
3 to Bournemouth.
You adapt your fantasy football team to who they're facing.
Yeah. Facts.
If Wolves have them, you put a Wolves for forward.
But you know when I knew they were bad when they lost to Cardiff.
Losing to Cardiff.
That's what I said.
That's unreal.
packed in as well. It wasn't
Losing
even
to
like,
Cardiff
a
was
good
unreal.
four.
it wasn't even a calm
Losing to Cardiff was unreal.
That's what Bobby Reed
You look at
sliding. I
every
said,
goal we've conceded this
said,
season.
bro,
I've been
it's
telling
Mustafi's
you,
fault.
you will find Mustafi at the heartbeat of the problem.
Somewhere.
All the frigging time. And I'm getting sick of it. Because I didn't know how we drew the game or whatever. So I had no idea till match of the day. And I was saying to Oscar, I was like, this is not how we drew this game. First of all, I looked at Mustafi and thought, this idiot again. And how he stayed on the pitch after that, I don't know. The referee should have just done us a favour and get him off the field. Because we were playing with 10 men anyway. And how the heck the referee missed the alley-oop that Lacazette gave to Aubameyang, I have no idea.
Arsenal fans were telling me that he got pushed. I said, so when you're pushed, you lift one hand up.
God. My guy passed
bro.
the ball with his hand.
directs the ball.
He
Come
passed
on,
the
bro.
ball with his hand. And the fact that the referee had the nerve
But the thing is, yeah, you see, like with Mustafi, are you guys going again in January? Or are you guys going?
We have to. No, we have to. First
How
and
long
foremost.
till Cost comes back?
Who?
Koscielny.
Well, probably December.
Oh, is it a myth,
But
yeah?
listen, I don't care. Play
But really, that's March.
I said it a myth for this season.
Really, that's
Mavropanos and Rob Holding could be my centre.
He was
I said it from the beginning. Why is Mavropanos not playing?
He's now back in training.
That United
Apparently
game,
he was
he was
fit.
injured.
Apparently, according to him, he put up a tweet saying back at the ground.
Is it?
I was like, fair enough.
Them one.
I thought, okay, because he was
Back on top.
I was having best holidays like
Arsenal pissed me off
Santorini
with
and that.
that, you know. That
back in
Arsenal,
Greece.
it's Scotland, frigging. I unfollowed them on all social media. I was
Damn.
so furious
That's
with him.
harsh.
There's not a single Arsenal player I do not follow.
I don't want
Bar him.
association.
You
I
serious?
follow frigging Joe Willock. I don't follow Scotland Mustafi because he frigging pisses me off. He's an awful.
Wait, I'm
centre
sorry, follow
half.
Xhaka again.
He just makes your day worse.
No, Granit Xhaka's there. Granit Xhaka's there. The thing is, like Emery's at least getting a tune out of Xhaka, a little tune at least. He's still making stupid mistakes. I mean, the penalty, as much as it was,
He's giving him an 8.
It was a
It's not
dive.
16, it's an 8.
That's dive.
yeah, it's a complete dive. But you know, even Xhaka owned up and said, "Look, I bashed into his knees. It's a penalty." And I thought,
I looked at that on replay. So I was like, "That's a dive."
Yeah,
There was bare incidents this week that you had to look at again and again on Sunday.
Oh yeah,
Because it
the
was
refereeing
the
was
Smalling one, the
diabolical.
William one.
Diabolical. How Smalling stood on the pitch was phenomenal.
That
I don't know.
was a joke.
That was world class stuff. I couldn't believe that even happened. But listen, man, I'm red hot about
pissed me
Scotland
off with that as
Mustafi.
well, man.
I'm red hot about Scotland Mustafi. That's the one thing I can't stand. As long as he's playing, I don't think Arsenal will win games because he's a liability. The same way I think about David Luiz, who, by the way, how you lot let him escape with that ridiculous piece of the. It's funny. 2 weeks ago, I said, look, you know what? Chelsea won't win the league because their centre halves will let them down, right? And what did David Luiz
Lo and
do
behold.
against Mata at Stamford Bridge? Where was he when Martial scored that second goal? Where the hell was he? Running into this row Z without the ball or without taking out the player? Do you know how stupid that is? Do you know how thick that is? And this was on the halfway line. Meanwhile, Matt is running.
The fact that he lost the ball. But you know
But you guys let him lay. You guys let him off. I couldn't believe. I wish I was there. I was ready to rant at David Luiz.
No, you know what? I was more interested in the fact that we drew at Stamford Bridge, and the fact that we should have won the game. So David Luiz, for me, I was just like,
But he's a liability. But anyway, yeah.
David Luiz is always going to be a liability that you still rate. I've come to that conclusion.
No, he has his pros.
Not me.
He has his pros that will help him in terms of will always put him in a conversation of like top 10 centre backs in the world.
No way, Ernest. How dare you say that?
Top 10.
How dare you say
Top
that?
10.
I don't know about the world, bro.
Top 10.
The world is a big place.
No. How many top centre backs can you name?
There's not a lot, but I think I named 10 better than him.
Okay.
Let's
We could start off with Juve centre halves.
Both of them.
That's 2.
4. I can Barzagli as well.
Exactly. That's 4. You can say you can have them lot.
Okay,
You can have,
okay.
You can have anything you want. You can have any centre half. You just name the centre half. I'll say I have him ahead of Luiz.
Ramos in City,
Varane.
Gerrard,
Correct.
Vertonghen.
I have my questions with Ramos. The same way I have my questions with Luiz.
Yeah, but Ramos is better than Luiz.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think Ramos is rated because he has a larger than life attitude. He can defend.
He's a good defender.
But I think
He's got an elite mentality.
I think that's what it is.
I
I think man rate Ramos because of his mentality more than his defensive attributes. Like Ramos, in no way am I saying Ramos is a bad defender. I just know, like when Ramos gets caught, I'm never surprised.
Do you think David Luiz is better than him?
No.
You're damn right.
Yeah, like,
Damn
No. What I'm saying is that the same issues that you lot have with Luiz, I have with Ramos. That when him and PK get caught out, I am never shocked.
Do you see Ramos doing what David
No.
Luiz did?
The difference between Ramos and
Do you actually see
the
that?
difference between Ramos and David Luiz is that Ramos is a leader. Ramos's mentality keeps him as captain of Real Madrid.
The one thing I don't like about David Luiz is that his mistakes are not due to his limitations; they're due to his decisions.
Yeah, he's thick.
There's some people that literally,
individual.
they get outpaced,
so
or they
thick.
literally can't do
I can't
something.
stand
It's
it,
always his fault.
No,
when
I
he makes a
think that's
mistake.
why I'm more
It's
annoyed with
always
him.
his fault.
I think that's why I'm more annoyed at him.
And
It's
it's
exactly
jarring.
that point.
But then you watch him play against Liverpool, like he did against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge, and he was sick.
But
And
that's
it's
our
Jekyll and
argument.
Hyde. You
But
don't-
that's
you
our
don't
argument,
trust
yeah.
him to turn
No, but
up.
that's what I'm saying. Like his pros are very
I'm
good.
with Ernest
His
on
pros
that.
are good, but he's the kind of person like he could burn the house down.
Yeah.
by
No.
accident.
Or he can make you the best meal you've had.
No, exactly.
No. But then PK's in that conversation. Then,
PK's fine.
but a lot of men put PK ahead of David Luiz.
I would.
But what I'm saying is, what is it based off,
I just can't stand David Luiz, Ernest. That's
bro?
what it comes
I
down
can't
to.
stand PK.
I hear that.
I can't stand Gerard PK.
I hear that.
But the guy gets away with
I
murder.
can pinpoint
He
that
does,
one
he does.
year he had. He had one good year.
You can't pinpoint the 1 year of David Luiz?
No.
I
No, when he won the league.
When he
pinpoint-
started 30 games and won the league?
When he won the league, bro. Come on, man.
Like in all
Bernard was
honesty,
in the back three, but
in all honesty, like David Luiz, I've cussed him for years. And I will still cuss him. But he is not the only centre back that is rated in the top 10, top 15 that does what he does. He's not the only one.
No, he's not.
No
he's
way.
not the only one, but you know, he's close to home. Yeah, I have to see his face every week. So
You're all about Mustafi, innit?
no, you know, I'm so passionate about defending. Do you know why? Because I've seen my team have the most atrocious, inept, incompetent defending that I've ever seen in football. So when I see it, I get so hot and angry because I'm like 15 years later and I'm still here. Where is Campbell and Adams? Like, I can't be doing that now. We've passed that. We passed it. But we clearly, like, he's so stupid, Mustafi. That's one thing I can't stand. And as long as you keep playing him, I don't care.
Because certain guys physically they're just at the level, and you can kind of tolerate that. But he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's just he doesn't know what he's doing, and he blames.
He's a fish out of water.
He blames everyone else.
He's been thrown in at the deep end and he can't hack it. He just can't hack it.
Xhaka at left back is hilarious. I mean, you want to talk about players playing out of position. Xhaka at left back is hilarious.
I can't lie.
He should be fit for Saturday. The thing is, we're going to get torn apart.
Liverpool are going to.
And the thing is, we're not going to get torn apart because of how great Liverpool are. It's because of how crap we are at defending.
Yeah,
it's
going to be Arsenal mistake.
It's going to be 2016 at the Emirates.
All the goals will be in the first half.
Yeah,
the game will be over.
Yeah, and then the game will be done. Yeah, for real.
It'll be 3-1 at half time, and that's that.
It's just, see no Brazilian Arsenal come back.
No chance. As long as Mustafi plays, no friggin' chance. And I haven't got no chances left for Mustafi because this is his third season at Arsenal, and he's been god awful.
So last chance, Saluna's gone.
It went. Do you know when it went?
Right.
It went.
Emirates.
What game was it?
Against United. When he tried to do a skill, he flopped and he just laid in the centre circle.
No, Palace away. That 3-0 defeat at Palace. Oh my god.
That was like 2 years.
Oh my gosh, he was awful.
I'll never forgive him.
I watched that game live. Oh, he was bad.
For that alone, I'll never forget. You know that Arsenal were awful. Do you know you could still distinctly tell he was the worst player on the pitch? And Arsenal were awful.
I'll never forget when me and Adrian went to Anfield and the bread in front of us.
Oh, that one
was like,
Anfield. I forget Anfield.
Oi, Mustafi, get the F out of my club.
See you next Tuesday.
Oh, bro. Oh, yeah. Call them all of that. Colourful language,
How
mate.
can I forget that performance at Anfield?
And the thing is, he didn't start.
Where Bellerin and Salah are one-on-one on the other side of the pitch after a corner to Arsenal. A corner to Arsenal.
All out attack, bro.
Do you know what I'm saying? You can say, you know what, Wenger, how could you let this happen? But now, Unai is frigging playing him every game.
Bro, that's bad.
I don't care what your name is. Your name could be Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, whoever, Ancelotti. If you're playing Shkodran Mustafi, see those 3 managers I've just named, they will never play Mustafi. But if you are playing them, you need to
no. Mourinho was.
We said a lot about Arsenal's defence, but I heard you lot had 2 shots on goal this whole game and you scored both of them. So we're going for the attack.
I mean, that's just us who, you know, we're very good. We're efficient at scoring goals. And that's one thing I'm so glad for. You know, Batman scores them no matter how, you know, no matter what way they come in. So I'm all for it. I can't remember what our first goal. Xhaka's free kick, brilliant free kick as well. What's up, Adrian? Why are you laughing?
No, I can't say repeat on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send it to her. I sent it in the group actually.
What the heck? Yeah, you know, and credit to Palace. They were resilient. I think they were the better team on the day, and we escaped with a draw. So we're still unbeaten. And the way Unai put it was, it's not points dropped. It's 1 point towards progressing. So look, whatever.
By the way, I found the article that actually said Mourinho he expects Ashley Young to play 50 games next season. I just thought
next season.
No, this is like 20.
Oh, okay.
When was this?
Not that it's even justified, but yeah, at least it's not next season.
This was 10th May 2018.
David, anything on Arsenal Palace? Are you not first?
Disappointed, bro. Still
disappointed.
Because the run was gone, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
The run was gone.
I'm still
unbeaten. Stay as close to top as possible, bro.
That's it.
Just August to December, just rack points.
Yeah.
Just so at least you're in the top 4.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You got to challenge the title lot to stay in the top 4. It's not just fighting for the top 4. If you fight for the top 4, you lose. You'll be out.
You see me. Listen, beat the 14 teams below, mate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't
Beat the 14
guess
teams.
what? We dropped points to one of them, and I'm furious.
It's going to happen.
Listen, I want 6 defeats at the end of the season, and it being against the top 6.
I don't want 32 wins.
I don't want 32 wins. That's what I want.
You know what I'm saying?
Give me that.
If you're going to win the league,
Technically, it's 10 defeats. That's a lot.
We can't beat. Yeah, no, it is a lot. We can't beat City. We can't beat Liverpool. We can't beat Chelsea. We can't beat Man United, and we can't beat Tottenham.
You can beat
right?
Man United.
No, we can't. Doesn't matter what. Listen, from when we lost against David Moyes Man United, I knew it was over for us.
You did what?
I knew we can't beat.
Hey,
United.
that game was hilarious because we were garbage.
Fam, everybody was beating David Moyes.
Yeah, and Robin van Persie perked up and scored against us again. So
He celebrated, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Scumbag.
Nah, he's not scum. It's because of what you lot were doing to him at the Emirates.
Well, it is what it is. Scumbag.
He responded. So he was like, I've come back home on a love team. Man will boo me every time I touch the ball.
I didn't want to show man no love.
So when I score at Old Trafford, I'm celebrating.
Didn't you see he was booing at the Bayor when he was on the ball? When he was in an Arsenal shirt,
He was booing on the pitch.
Can you imagine? He's
Wait,
booing
what?
on the pitch. Robin van Persie.
How did you catch that?
He's a freaking there's bare memes on it. It's
Is it, yeah?
hilarious, yeah.
But you know what? I feel like Van Persie, he saw the light. He saw what the writing on the wall was saying. He was like, you know what? The little boy in him.
Is there going to be a silver lining in Liverpool's title race this season after beating Cardiff? Made hard work of it, but beat Cardiff 4-1 at the end. What do you have to say on Liverpool? Was there?
You don't have to concede, man. You don't just very
People are upset. You haven't conceded a home goal since February. And then you go and concede to Cardiff.
We've had Man City come here. We've had some decent teams come here, but
certain teams are Cardiff, and it's Cardiff.
You know, Warnock, you know.
He's so trash.
what does he look like?
Big up Warnock.
Like what's his profession?
What Warnock?
Milk. Lollipop man.
I can see that.
What's the diss for Neil Warnock? What's Warnock done to anyone?
He's garbage.
Listen, mate, if he keeps
And he has no hairline.
He keeps getting teams into the Premier League, mate.
I just don't like his resigned attitude.
Hey, listen.
On that day.
No. I don't disagree with him for that.
Coming to Anfield, you know that though. You know.
What am I going to go to Anfield and win with Bobby Reed up front?
No, but the way
Let's
he
be
talks,
real.
it's just like,
Let's be real.
we knew we were.
Now listen. As I said in my intro, know your source. When somebody's source is different to your source, like level up and behave yourself. but for me, like I did actually watch the game live. So when I was watching the game retrospectively, I think maybe I was a bit more happy in some of the things I saw because I knew what was coming at the end. Yeah. Because I thought to myself, well, we didn't. I think we were in like second gear. Yeah. We didn't necessarily get into third gear until Cardiff scored. And for me, what that tells me is that like it's good to see that like when we get mad, when we get angry, we can actually mash work. Like it reminded me of like when it was like the Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels around WrestleMania. And then Shawn Michaels slapped the Undertaker in the face. Because previous to that, man was turning with him like a cat with a mouse. Yeah. And the man just said, you know what, bun it. Got him in the two-stone power driver. Man even leaped in the air when he did it. 1, 2, 3, like done the dance. And I feel like we showed that nasty, ruthless streak that I think you need to win, that you need to have in order to win the league.
Yeah, I think Klopp said the same thing. He said, you know, when Cardiff thought they could get back in this game,
closed the door, slammed it in their face because the door was slightly ajar. Booted it closed. Booted it. No nonsense. No messing about.
How does it feel to have different goal scorers on the pitch? You know, having a bit of Mane in there, Shaqiri adding in a little bit as well.
I think for me, if we, because I do agree with you that Sergio Aguero, like fully fit, he's mashing goals. Like there's no doubt about it. Yeah. But I think the for Liverpool, we do need more of a spreads. And because right now Aguero's got 6 goals in the league this season. Yeah. Salah's got 5. Mane's got 6.
Oh, you man are chasing.
So what that tells me is that like we've got different men who are capable of scoring.
How many's Firmino got?
Let's not talk about that. If I speak now, I'm in big trouble. I think he's got 2. He's got 2 in the league.
That's your number 9.
He's got 2 and 10 in the league.
2.
Oh, that's terrible.
2 and 10.
To be honest, as I've always maintained, for me, Firmino's not about goals. He offers way more than that.
He does.
So I'm not too concerned. For me, I think Shaqiri is a pivotal signing, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like in games past where I'm just going to use this Cardiff game as an example, that's the kind of game where a crap team will score like a silly equaliser. We won't have enough about us to see it through. But with Shaqiri, and I forgot to mention it after the Huddersfield game, when he plays a lovely, beautiful ball, Ivan Needle sets Salah on his way, and I feel like we've got players with a bit more class, ability to actually make things happen, and to actually like win us games, get us points. And because for me, ultimately, don't get me wrong, okay, even if we won all of our deals last season, we still wouldn't have won the league, but we had 13 draws last season. 13. And the majority of that was to crap teams.
Wait. So what?
Or was it 12?
You had 13 draws.
Yeah.
And you're saying if you won all those games, you still wouldn't have won the league?
No, because we lost like 5 league games.
That's like 26 points more, though.
They were behind like by 26 points against City.
Fair enough.
Like that.
I think you lot lose the league this year on goal difference.
I think they'll lose the league on points.
And you man,
yeah, facts.
and you man, but to go back to Ernest's point,
yeah.
Let's say we lose the league on goal difference.
Yeah.
I'll say fair enough. Because if we
that
hurts, you know.
Would that be proved right?
Like, of course it would, because we lost on what you're saying.
Wait, proved right about what?
That
You saying Surrey should be starting up top.
They need a 30-goal season striker for the league.
Okay.
But my rebuttal to that would be let's look at things contextually, and
That's a big word.
Indeed. So hopefully my point's just as big. Like this time last season.
This guy's a clown.
No, bro. Do you know how many goals Liverpool have conceded in the opening 10 games this season?
How many have you conceded?
4.
4.
Do you know how many we conceded at this time last season?
I can think of 3 already at the first game of the season.
There's 3 at Watford.
Yeah.
There's 4 at Spurs. And then there's 5 at City.
Do
you know we conceded?
5 at City.
Do you know we conceded 16 goals in our opening 10 games last season? Did you know that?
You know Man United and Liverpool have swap sides.
How many goals have you conceded?
We've conceded, I think, 16 before Everton.
No. I swear. It's, you've played sort of. Is it 10 games?
Before Everton, we scored the same amount of goals as Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've conceded 16.
Is it 16 or 12?
No, 16.
Wait, I thought you.
De Gea conceded 14 at was it Newcastle? He conceded 14 goals.
14, yeah.
Because I thought it was a thing where like if you have 12 points, then you scored 12, you conceded 12.
Right, Man
At what point?
Man United's goal difference is 0.
Yeah.
Flipping hell,
It's
man.
mad.
How many? What's the stats?
It's
here?
mad, bro. You know when Man United have swap places?
Liverpool loved that stat of this time last season.
Yeah,
No, but we need to.
No,
We need to because it's a matter of context and
pre Van Dijk, post Van Dijk.
They've Man United conceded 17 goals this season
in the league. What?
Scored 17, conceded 17.
Oh, so they scored 17 and conceded.
And you want to know why team cohesion matters? Okay.
17.
Okay.
17.
Bloody hell.
That's wild. I'm sorry,
That's like flipping Newcastle numbers.
Yeah, for real. And I think we're close to Newcastle on goals conceded. We're trash.
I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle conceded like 20.
Garbage.
But anyway, so I don't think I've cleared out Ernest's point, but I think you said like if we were to lose the league on goal difference, would it be?
I'm saying based on the fact that you're like what's separating you from City now is goal difference.
Yeah,
you have the same points.
I agree.
The reason why I'm saying I think it's going to be goal difference is because I feel like your biggest L this season would be if Van Dijk got injured.
Oh. No, if that happens, title race.
I don't necessarily. Yeah, I think it's over.
Done and dusted.
When Van Dijk gets injured, because to me he is pound for pound the best centre back in the league.
Thanks.
Like Alderweireld in 2016, that's my guy. But I feel like the move to Man United not coming to fruition. Like I've seen him do things a bit mad.
Like he's canned it a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit un-Toby like. But this season, Van Dijk is the man, bro. And I feel like if you were to lose him, it is...
I think I've said that before, yeah, of course.
It is a chicken wrap, mate. Like, it is a wrap.
He's not injury type though, is he?
He had a mad one.
He had a bit of a madness.
I think he was out for like 6 months.
At Southampton, yeah. I remember that because he was good. He had a good start there.
Yeah.
Because he was gone for so long.
And so I feel like
we're talking like knee injuries.
And so I feel like if things carry on as normal, because Liverpool this season to me are doing things a lot more unorthodox than I'm used to, where they're not blowing teams out of the way,
and that's fine,
like they used to. But their game management has increased by so much
tenfold
this season. Yeah, especially, and for me, I clocked it against Palace. Like they usually will just blow Palace away, but bruv, like they just managed the game. And I look at things like that, and I think like Klopp is learning about the league now. For me, if things carry on as normal, like these man, if they lose this Bray, it is a wrap.
Yeah, of course.
It's a wrap.
There's no debate.
And that's why I feel like he will be goal difference if Van Dijk doesn't get injured.
And my point is, like, last season, bear in mind, if we played how we played last season, this season, it wouldn't come down to goal difference. It would come down to we're 20 points short. And what I've loved about Liverpool this season is we're actually a more complete football side where we can attack, our midfielders all right, and we can defend. And ultimately, that improvements in defence, that's what's going to be like carries us over the line. Because last season, Salah won Golden Boot. We got fourth in the final day of the season. So essentially, for me, with Liverpool this season, it's a matter of being tied at the back.
Nope, you did indeed. Tell you also, tight at the back. Chelsea winning at Turf Moor 4-0. Nice and comfy. Without Eden Hazard.
Shoot, don't
Without
miss.
Eden Hazard.
No Hazard. Hey, do you know that was the most comforting thing? Because I swear, like last season I was saying to you, I felt like Chelsea was just a one-man team. And this season,
that's a one-man band, you know?
Yeah, this season, the way Hazard's been performing...
No repercussions.
Yeah. It's like, yo, but, you know, we proved that we can actually score goals without him. And it's been a good week for Chelsea, I'm not going to lie.
It has been a good week.
Midweek,
I liked a bit of Ross Barkley.
Loftus-Cheek coming in with the hat-trick. Then, you know, Barkley doing his thing. And obviously we all know...
By the way, I don't know what you lot were letting Haleb do to you. On that
Hey, man
rolled back the clock like 10 years.
And he was still twining on the pitch. Like, I was like, wow.
I couldn't believe...
Haleb was moving.
I was like, wow.
I couldn't believe Alexander Kleb was even playing.
Yeah, but
I thought he retired.
I was saying to Remy on the weekend though, like, I don't know if you lot saw the goals, but I feel like Loftus-Cheek had the most lackluster hat-trick like I've ever seen.
Why?
I don't know, I just wasn't impressed.
Loftus-Cheek.
Every goal that went in, I was just like, oh, okay, he scored. Yeah, he's bagged another.
It felt like pre-season, innit? Like a pre-season.
Like, for some reason, I just wasn't impressed, man. But
he made it count.
He's doing all he can do. He's doing all he can do. In the games he's been given, man's taking the thing and he's trying to score. So, ratings to him. And these men are making it seem like there's a fight for that Kovacic place, which is nuts to me.
Right, man came on loan to get away from one competition in Real Madrid.
You know, to get games, to be a guaranteed starter, and now it looks like what Barkley and
Barkley had a great game.
Loftus-Cheek,
had a great game.
But that's what you want, don't you, as a football fan, no?
That's exactly what
it
you
is.
want.
You want competition. You want people to fight places.
But I still think Kovacic is the best one of the three. But
Why?
because he's just a better complete footballer. Like, I feel like when he does it, like Kovacic has played well. When he keeps the ball, he links well with Hazard, which is clear. And I just think he keeps the team ticking over a lot better. Barkley tends to lose the ball all the time, but then he gets the goal or he gets an assist. So he's the one thing I love about Barkley is he'll shoot. He'll shoot.
Yeah.
Them midfielders don't shoot. If you
Yeah.
don't shoot, you can't score.
Nothing amaze me more than midfielders.
Kovacic cannot. I don't think he has the bone in his body to score a goal.
And do you remember that point?
He doesn't have it.
I think I made a point, but I worded it wrong. When I listened back, I said I think the word I said is ceiling. Yeah. I didn't necessarily mean an ability, but I meant in terms of like taking risks. Like, with Kovacic, he's nice, he's pretty, he'll keep it simple, but he's not going to try the like extraordinary.
Every
with Barkley, he'll miss like a 5-yard pass, but he'll do push something out the bag.
Every game against the top six, I want Kovacic to start.
And I think those are the kind of players that divide
opinion, polarizing.
Because like I know people that hate Pogba because he loses the ball so much. I know people that will say things like, if you're a creative player, you have to take risks. And I feel like Kovacic is...
The truth is a bit in
both. It's in both.
Definitely.
It's in both still.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. But we're happy with the way things are. Obviously, you want your three midfielders to be all playing well, and it seems that way. I think Kovacic could be playing better. I don't think he's hit his best, but the other two are pushing him. So
will Hazard be fit for the weekend?
Hazard's fit for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not going to play this week, midweek.
Finally, he'll be back.
We got Derby. Frank Lampard's coming home.
Are you going to win that?
Be nice. Huh?
Do you reckon you'll win that?
I don't even know who we're going to play. Probably should win. Yeah. Probably should win.
I mean, he pulled it off at Old Trafford. Could he pull it off at Stamford Bridge?
I don't know. Our EA is different to
Is Mount allowed to play?
I don't know. Huh?
Is Mason Mount allowed to play?
Yeah, they've allowed.
Is it?
Chelsea allowed them to play.
Yeah, he should be allowed to play, man.
Chelsea
What kind of? Yeah, he should be allowed
That's
to.
a silly rule.
What? No, it's not even a rule. It's clubs that put that in the clause.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a silly clause.
No. As in, no. Because if I give another team a player, they could potentially do us dirty if I allowed them to play against us. You see what I'm saying?
So keep them.
No, but Mason Mount's not going to play for Chelsea this season.
No, yeah, so let him play every game.
No, but he could score the goal that knocks us out of the cup.
That's perfect. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to sign Mason Mount, play him. If you're not going to play him, let him go somewhere he can play every game.
If you put him on loan to a Premier League club, he could score the goal that makes them finish above you.
But it would be Chelsea that would put that clause of not playing against us. Not Derby.
Chelsea took it down.
Yeah, Chelsea took it down.
Oh! So we're saying 2-2 for... Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, no, because don't
restrict man because he might score.
Yeah,
like, if you're going to send a guy on loan, let him play
I swear it used to be an actual rule. Because I remember there was one time an Arsenal player went on loan and he couldn't play against Arsenal. And Wenger said before the game, I wish he could play. I can't remember who it was. But Wenger was in his press conference like, I wish he could play. It's a good learning experience for him to play against
even if he scores a late minute winner.
But they said he couldn't.
Yeah, these big clubs need to relax, bro.
Man, have allowed that.
Let you play. If you're not going to play him, then let him play elsewhere.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And he's going to have his first game at Stamford Bridge, not as a Chelsea player.
That's nuts.
Like, let the guy play. He's doing well at Brighton. So, I mean, at Derby. So, let him do his thing.
Because all these like you look at clubs like Chelsea and you look at, like what happens when you actually give someone a chance. Like, I'm not saying that everyone's going to score a hat-trick like Loftus-Cheek, but look what happened. He scored a hat-trick in Europe, mate. Like, look what happens.
Yeah.
Are people surprised that he can score? No, because he's good. You see what I'm saying? Like,
my man got tech.
Like, he's got something about... I used to question I thought he was just tall and light-skinned. No. You see what I'm saying? But it's clear that he's a number 10, bro.
There was one game in the FA Cup, he was mad... And Oscar, I think you might remember this game. Like, he was mad greedy. It was at home at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I said, you know what? There's something he's got. I think Pedro's playing wing back that game.
He can dribble.
Like,
he can pass. He can move the ball forward. I can see growth in him. That's like he's a good player
because he's allowed to play.
I just don't think he's gonna get out of Chelsea. I just don't think he's gonna.
Yeah, he needs to move. He needs to be smart and get a move
for his own sake.
For his own sake.
For his own sake.
Absolutely. Let's run before these teams. Brighton 1, Wolves 0.
I'll just keep it a buck with you. I didn't watch any other games. All match of the day. I think all I watched was Leicester because it was on TV. And even that, I was in and out. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Listen, Brighton are a low key. You know what I'm saying?
Plugging away.
Low key plugging away, man. I'd say that.
Keep it safe. We're sure they're gonna be safe this season.
And Wolves need to get their act together because I think that they have days when they just feel like, I'm not my time.
I think they got Spurs on the weekend.
Nah, they'll lose.
Interesting.
Fulham 0, Bournemouth 3.
It's not even funny.
You need to talk about this Jukupovic guy. He needs to go. What's he did? We haven't got 2009 Barcelona. He's patting up on defence. What on?
Their defence is awful.
Fam. That's one thing I forgot to mention. Hey, fam, Palace were playing some nice football,
They were playing some nice
football. The Roy, yeah?
Boy, Roy Hudson, I was like, so there was a chance they made where it was just one touch. I was like...
In the first half, in the first 2 minutes, they just...
I was like, this is what Roy Hudson football, cuz.
They were at it, bang, bang.
So sick.
But yeah, Eddie Howe needs to get a bench. In fact, Callum Wilson needs to be in this England squad. Can we get this over and done with?
Who's there?
What, in England?
Oh, is it right, the next one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He needs to be in it. He needs to be in an England team because he's better than anyone below Kane.
Welbeck.
Yep.
Vardy's he plays for England up front.
Rashford. Yep.
Callum
Wilson.
Yeah, that spot should go to him, bro.
It should go to him.
Yeah,
I don't even know what we're doing here.
Yeah, it should.
He's out here scoring goals, bro. Constant.
Making it happen.
Southampton 0, Newcastle 0. Oh, Rafa's getting away with it. I tell you, Rafa's getting away with it. Getting away with bloody murder. Watford 3, Huddersfield 0. Huddersfield, I think we're good. We're good as toast now. Yeah, they're gone. Root bottom of the table. Is that our first team? That's now. It's not even mixed. Are they the first team?
Fulham are the first team going down, blood.
Well, I think Huddersfield are bottom of the league.
I think Fulham will sack Jukupovic, and I think they'll get a good manager who can actually get the best out of those players.
Huddersfield are bottom of the league with 3 points.
They have to though.
At least they have to sack him, but
man's asking Dennis O'Doyle to be doing roaming wing back.
Roaming wing back.
Well, you're right.
What even is that,
man?
Oh yeah, what is that?
I don't know what it is. You need to ask Jukupovic that.
And Leicester 1, West Ham 1. And with that, our condolences go out to the Leicester board, of course.
Very sad situation, isn't it?
Oh, it's devastating. Absolutely horrific scenes at Leicester City's ground. If we talk about the game, what were your thoughts on that? You know,
I didn't even see the game. You know what?
1-1 draw. There was a few bad things happening in that game actually. That, you know,
Noble got sent off.
Noble got sent off.
Shocking challenge.
I thought it was harsh. You know,
Nah, it was a shocking challenge.
Like, when I saw it, when you saw it live, I just thought,
you sounded like Neil Warnock there, man.
Nah, I thought it was a bit harsh just because of it wasn't a malicious challenge. It wasn't at force. It was in the first half.
Well, Studs was showing, man, caught him on the ankle.
Bro, he made
his give yellows.
He made his ankle tweak version.
Bearing in mind, I'm not sure if it was that particular incident, but Amate went off anyway on the stretcher.
Oh yeah, Marty did go off. Marty had a horrible. Was it a leg break? What was it?
Was it a broken leg?
I think it's. I think
Something
wasn't it a leg?
All I saw was I looked up. He was on a stretcher.
It was after oxygen and all that sort of thing. It was a horrible day for horrible day at Leicester City's ground. And you know, West Ham taking the lead. I thought this is typical, isn't it? The one time I think West Ham are going to get beaten, and they take the lead. And then Didi with a good goal as well to rescue a point. But yeah, obviously that game overshadowed by tragic events there. And you know, our thoughts from the Top 4 podcast go out to Leicester City, the board.
Even like Mahrez when he scored, he gave his little salute and all that.
Yeah. You couldn't even look at the camera. You couldn't even look at the person. You just had his face sort of facing the board.
Yeah.
They had board.
And when he had his interview, he gave like a bit of an in-depth chat about exactly.
Oh my gosh.
That was a banger. Yeah, exactly how he felt about the owner, and obviously, like, it's nuts.
It's mad. You know,
it's actually nuts.
Like, you don't realise how big this owner was.
Yeah, this ain't a regular. This ain't just a regular guy.
Yeah, and he's not a regular owner. Like,
yeah.
You know, this guy. He's talking about free food and stuff on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? And Christmas he'll do stuff, and
he gave them more cars, innit? When it was
i8s, BMW i8,
i8s, and then you know the fact that. Like when you deep that this guy put in money so that Leicester could win the league, like that. I
think that's legacy. That's what you call legacy.
Tremendous triumph. Like you know, it's a tremendous.
And ultimately, he's you know the cause of the best Premier League moment of all time, or definitely the most feel good moment of all time by actually making Leicester win the league. Because I remember about when they were in like the Championship or whatever, he said within 4 years I want to take this club to Europe. Yeah, the Champions League. He ended up winning it. So
he ended up winning the league.
4 years.
And it sort of makes you realise, man, this is what you would hope every owner's like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
He actually had a relationship with the players,
with the players, with the fans. I mean, you saw the players crying at the little memorial.
Like literally, on away days, he would like subsidise travel, so everyone can actually get to the ground for free, like out of his pocket.
Are you serious? It's mad.
Nah, I think that's the sad thing because he generally stands so he sounded like a real stand-up guy.
This guy started he put up money for hospitals, for children's hospitals, and that. This guy was no joke. Like
it was actually like in the field, in the community, making it happen.
And you know he's a beta from when he could fly a helicopter. You knew that his money grew. His money was swelling. Do you know what I mean? So he could afford to do all this sort of stuff.
It's swelling.
No, for real, man. Yeah. And you know what the thing is? When you heard the news, like the first thing I was thinking...
I come back from work, I'm on Twitter, but I see, draw 1-1. I just see on Twitter, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, we even... Yo,
bro,
it's mad.
We were watching BT.
And earlier that day, was thing.
Glenn Hoddle.
Glenn Hoddle.
Glenn Hoddle, of course. And then I heard there was a fan at Brighton who died. He just died in the ground.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, apparently so.
Well, heart attack.
This weekend
might have been a heart attack.
Mad, bro.
And obviously the Amati one, which was like career ending.
Yeah.
Like it's been a horrible weekend for football for sure. So yeah, it's not been the best, but at least the legacy of that. What is the owner's first name? I can't pronounce.
I'm not even going to try.
I'm not going to be disrespectful for him.
I think it was Bashai, and then his last name was like.
The last name was where. That's why I put pause on that. But yeah, he left a legacy at Leicester City Football Club. My first fear was that I thought the whole board was there, because if you've got everyone in there, then it's like, what happens to Leicester as a club? How do they get funded? How do they? Do you know what I mean? How are they going to continue all these things? Because at least, was it his son or his brother or something?
His son's going to take the rings.
The son and the missus were about still.
Yeah, so they
was only him,
carry on.
The pilot, the two pilots, and his staff.
Vishai
Srivad Han Arab.
It's a mouthful, blood.
Srivad Hanaprabha. Yeah.
The way that on on Sky Sports and BBC were just saying that name like it was fluent.
They do phonetic spelling underneath, probably. You know?
That's their job, though.
Them man were backing up the name. Like I never heard the name before.
So probably obviously they got the name, and then obviously they've got like the actual like the breakdown.
It's broken down into phonetics. Yeah.
Like, cause even like at graduations, like I'm hearing like the guy pull off some incredible surnames.
Oh mate,
At the graduation,
and he doesn't even stumble.
yeah.
That's effortless.
It's crazy. My funniest moment of him will be when they won the title and he's parading with the trophy. We see when he walks around with the trophy. There's a guy behind him who's got a massive.
He's got a massive portrait of him.
Is it of him?
And I was dying.
Was it not a religious thing? I thought, or is that him?
It's him, bro. It's of
What
him.
would it be? A deity?
No, you know, like the Buddhists, like they go. I thought it was that.
My guy was walking around
of him.
But the guy behind him is holding it of him in front. Like, I was like, this is funny, bro. How is this?
I always thought, they're praising the God of Sam. That's what I thought.
Nah, blood.
I didn't even look at the picture. I was like, okay, let me ignore that, innit?
Yeah, nah.
But it's a picture of him.
It's a picture of him, bro. Do you know how gangster that is? That's just leng. I'm sorry, that is absolute leng. But yeah, so
these dripping the sauce videos are too much.
So with that, we will conclude this weekend's action. Who is your player of the week?
Ooh.
Is it? Oh, there's another name I can't pronounce. Palace's goal scorer for the 2 penalties. Is that it, Mihailovic?
What? Because he scored 2 pens.
Well, he scored 2 goals.
2 pens.
I'll give it to Barkley.
Got to put it away, mate.
Ross Barkley,
Barkley,
he was outstanding.
I got 2 assists and a goal.
What about you there? So, but what did Salah get? A goal and 2 assists. Sadio Mane,
Actually,
2 goals.
Salah was.
Fraser.
Fraser. Oh yeah, bro, Bournemouth. Yeah.
Callum Wilson.
I'm going Callum Wilson.
Callum Wilson.
I love Callum.
Cal Wills.
Yeah, Callum Wilson. I'm going with. You guys, Callum
I'm
Wilson.
on this Barkley train still.
Barkley. Adrian.
Yeah, Wilson still.
Wilson. Nice. Team of the week.
Bournemouth, you know.
Bournemouth away. Is it because we're not giving him a mensch?
No, do you know what it is? It's just they're just silently pulling away, like.
Yeah, they're in the top 6.
Like Sundays Saturday's a 6-pointer for Man United.
You're away at Bournemouth.
Yep.
Oh God.
Wait, are the stakes that low?
Adrian will trash.
6.
I just pictured 2 stakes being as low when you said that. Whenever I say the stakes are that high, I never think of it then. When you say the stakes are that low, I've got 2 stakes in my head. I'm having a mare.
Adrian will trash, man.
What more? Medium rare, yeah.
Just medium rare.
We're absolute garbage, mate.
Yeah, Bournemouth is my team of the week, for real.
Yeah, give it Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Give it to Bournemouth. You can do it to them.
But it's Cardiff, though, isn't it?
What?
I feel like we had like a.
You was gonna say Liverpool?
In terms of what I saw,
Yeah, Cardiff, man. Chill out, man.
Come on, bro.
Cardiff home. Come on.
from in individual contexts.
Mad.
Bournemouth.
Okay, how about this? Who is the worst team of the week?
Fulham.
Fulham,
bro.
comfortably.
Done.
I feel like we'll be saying them for a long time as well, if it doesn't change.
Now, every team has their season in it, but it's just their season right now. They're playing trash.
Okay, Fulham worst team of the week.
And do it at home.
Yeah. Goal of the week.
Oh, who scored a bang?
Who scored? No, it has to be Shaka, bruv.
Shaka's
I like Shaka's
naughty.
Do you know why I'm sick, yeah? Because goalkeeper touched it. I was like, that meant nothing, mate.
I told you, man, Hennessy gets Pam's the rest.
We've mentioned this before.
Matic
You
last
go and
season.
look at Hennessy's
The goals he concedes. It's unbelievable.
Like, he gets buried.
Unbelievable.
That's a goalkeeper that I can't beat. He's Wales #1. Really?
Because he's so tall, it looks even worse. Because he's got long reach.
I'm going Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, great. Pereira scored a good goal, but
Pereira did score a good goal.
I was shocking defending, man.
It was awful defending. It was awful.
What was the Huddersfield?
Huddersfield.
That was shocking defending.
Oh, what are you, man? Delafeu, you know?
Oh, Delafeu's goal was phenomenal.
David goal was mad.
And then I forgot who tweeted it, but shout out to you. This was tweet of the weekend.
Yeah.
And then a man said how, like, right, people keep saying, Messi can't come to the league because he can't.
Oh, I saw that.
And then you got, Barca rejects like Delafeu doing this. What do you think Messi's
What do you think Messi's gonna
Smooth, man. That's the most asinine argument I've ever heard.
Lines there.
Because Ronaldo played in the Prem.
That view was sick, though.
Yeah, I hate that argument, man. Like Messi doesn't pam teams every week in the Champions League, bro.
I like it.
Pamming dons.
This Premier League thing is a bit overrated, you know.
It's very overrated.
You know, Amanda move like it's the holy grail.
The Premier League teams we have right now.
As if you can't make it here, you can't make it
The
anywhere.
Premier League is very overrated.
Yeah.
Man United lost to Sevilla.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like
In Europe, it's scary.
I think there was a time when it was something to be feared, and now it's really not that time.
No, but you know what?
So
One thing I would say, I don't think like in terms of like good teams, like I don't think any other league has as many good teams as we've got.
I don't think we've got good teams.
I don't think we've got good teams.
I think we're all trash.
Huh?
And because the league is over competitive,
Oh, mad team.
that's why I say it's the best league in the world.
Nah,
It's
but-
because
but I think the reason when you look at it like this, like if you look at the Europa League,
Yeah.
who are the two favourites to win the Europa League? You're looking at Chelsea and Arsenal, and those are teams that don't make.
Whoa. What about the 4 or 5-time champion Sevilla?
Nah.
Bro, come on.
That's purely.
You're not just dismissing, man.
That's purely.
Almost, yeah.
That's purely for fairy tale.
When it comes to European competition, it's first and foremost, both UEFA Champions League and UEFA Europa League is Spanish team. That's the thing. I don't care what Spanish team it is this year. It's Villarreal, it's Sevilla,
Celta Vigo.
it's Celta Vigo, it's Atletico, it's
I'll
Barca,
give you Sevilla and I'll give you Atletico, but the rest of them, nah.
Blood, Spanish team wins it all the time.
No, he's not saying who wins it. He's saying a Spanish team.
Espanyol. Anything from there, Espanyol.
Ay, fabulosa.
Who was the last Spanish team to win it that wasn't either of those two teams?
Tequila. What?
Who was the last Spanish team to win it that wasn't either of those two teams?
We're going far now.
Because I think what Adrian was trying to say is
Valencia?
we've got 6 teams that are like six, I don't think Spain has 6.
But how many of those teams are levels? Of the 6 teams we have, how many are level?
That's a fair point, and that's why I said it's oversaturated.
Because don't put Liverpool there.
Yeah.
Don't put Liverpool there.
Champions League final.
So what?
Where would Sevilla finish in the Premier League?
Outside the top 6, I'll keep it a buck. Sevilla.
No, they
Wait,
will not.
Batsing, bro.
You're
No, you better bucket, bro.
Hang on a minute. What? So Sevilla will make it top 6 in England?
Yes.
Comfortably. What?
Comfortably. What?
What am I tweaking?
You're
Hey, bro.
Bournemouth will get piped.
No.
Who's place are they taking? Who's place are they taking?
Bournemouth
right now.
Yeah, but Bournemouth
Asian. Big man thing. Yeah. Do you know why I'm not putting Liverpool there? Because you didn't face anyone until Man City. Look what happened this year when you faced Napoli and you faced a European side.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about PSG.
Like vintage European.
Like PSG is air. Do you know why they're air?
Why?
Because this is not the best PSG. The best PSG side has Zlatan in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This team is full of clowns, bruv. Yeah, who are not aware of how sick they are. That's why they keep getting moved to in Europe. Yeah. How can you be beating Barca 4-0 and lose 6-1 in the next game? You're not about that life.
Do you know what's bad?
That's not this PSG team though.
I'm saying
More or less.
That's like 2 years ago. That's like a year ago. That's a year ago.
Because you know what? No. But the paradigm has shifted a couple times.
Paradigm shifted where?
Since then they've got Neymar and Mbappe.
Oh, stop it, man! Stop it, man!
Buffon?
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Different players. It's not the same team.
Bro, listen. The Premier League teams, are not level.
Out of the top 6,
I agree.
which team would Sevilla knock out?
Yeah.
They have
Top 6.
Tottenham.
Tottenham.
No, he's talking about in the top
I'm talking about in
6.
the Premier League.
So
Who would Sevilla knock out?
Yeah.
Like
Tottenham.
You think? But
Tottenham finished 4th every year.
Yeah, because Sevilla's not there.
Huh?
Spurs.
So because the Bills not here, they'll drop out two places.
Inter Milan beat Tottenham.
No, big man team.
But what Oscar's saying.
Oh, guys, stop it.
Nah, you don't need to stop, bro.
I'll show you some.
Stop it, bro.
I'll show you some all right teams in different leagues, and they'll finish in the top 6.
Spurs could win Bundesliga. Wait, hold on.
Let's end the podcast. We are cutting it short.
A man taking a piss out.
Hey,
Are you mad?
Do you think in your wildest dreams, do you think Spurs would ever finish?
And your dreams have to be wild, you know.
Above Dortmund and Bayern.
That's crazy.
You're mad.
You're only screwing with Dortmund
moving
now
mad.
because they beat Athletic 3-0 the other day.
Hey, now you're moving mad.
Dortmund now.
Wait, hold on.
Two-time champions.
Wait, hold on. Who was Tottenham's last final?
No, but Bundesliga is a permanent trap league.
No.
Hold on. Okay.
Adrian, you're moving wide.
Hold on. Are you telling me it's beyond the realms of possibility for Spurs?
The realms
to win the Bundesliga?
Beyond.
That's why.
The Bayern Munich have won for like the last 9 years in a row.
That's why.
Managers, the league is so pants. The league is so pants. Managers have been sacked after winning the league.
Adrian, hear how wild this is, yeah? You're saying Tottenham are going to win the league. That let's say for the sake of argument, after buying everyone else's pants, are Tottenham beating Bayern Munich? Ever? They lost to Inter Milan. Bro, Adrian, the team you're talking about have 1 point in their group. Tottenham, bro. Adrian, stop it.
You're moving
mad, bro.
No, Spurs would back a top 2 finish if the Bundesliga team.
We're not saying top. You said win
the league.
Fair play.
Don't say the league is so dead. They're going to win the league.
Fair play. No,
they will not bag a top 2 finish either.
Why not?
They won't.
Who's stopping them?
Dortmund.
No, they're not.
Schalke, who were second last year.
Hold on. Name the Schalke player. I'm waiting.
Wait, what?
Bentaleb, former Tottenham. Bentaleb. How about that? I'll name you one.
Tottenham would beat Schalke.
Real Embolo.
Tottenham would beat Schalke.
Okay, Football Manager won the kid. Who else?
Here we go. Just because you don't know him.
What's Tottenham about?
Tottenham would beat Schalke.
No.
Tottenham better team than Schalke. Oh my goodness. Where are we going? Tottenham better than Schalke 04.
No, we're saying.
You're moving wild.
What? Are Spurs not better than Schalke?
Don't worry. It's alright, bro.
It's Tottenham, Adrian.
Yeah.
When they take an L, when they beat Man United at Old Trafford, forget that. When they beat Man United at Old Trafford and then they lose to Watford the next day, no one is shocked.
Nah, I agree.
No one is shocked.
It's Tottenham.
But there's no.
Okay, cool. Forget all of that, yeah. Sevilla's beating Tottenham. Sevilla's beating Man United. Sevilla's beating Arsenal. Yeah. That's 3 teams in the top 6.
Next club.
Forget that. Are we forgetting the Europa League final where they beat Liverpool? Okay, cool. So, bro.
And my point was over the course of a 38-game season, who in the top 6 are they knocking out?
Bro.
Tottenham, Man United, Arsenal. Those are 3.
That's 3 and 6.
I've named you 3.
But okay.
Well, I'm saying, listen, Adrian. The point is this: the league is only good because the crap teams play each other that look good. Do you see Van Aanholt's shot against Arsenal?
This is why you lot turn around and say there are no easy grounds. It's pathetic.
Because we're all trash.
I've never said that. I'll never say that.
Do you know when Barcelona see Levante's ground, they don't think, this is a tough pitch to play.
Goal difference exercise.
Bro. Sevilla beat Madrid 3-0. Yeah. Me with my ignorant self thought that Sevilla-Barca was going to be a title flipping game. Yeah. Barcelona looked at Sevilla like food and said,
Food? Bro. Also, they're like dirt under their foot.
Fam, they got moved to, bro.
Differently.
Do you see what I'm saying? And half the game was no Messi.
He looks young.
Do you see what I'm saying? So for me, listen, this league is only good because man are trash. And the trash teams play each other every week. Yeah? I'll say 2 teams are levels. I'll say 2.5 teams are levels this year. And that's City, Liverpool, and half of it is Chelsea. If Chelsea get their act together in January and sign a top boy striker, that's 3 teams that are levels. Yeah, Chelsea's not in Champions League right now because they moved mad every other year.
Do
you see what I'm saying?
No English team will make the Champions League final this year, and that will remind us.
You know, Peter. I think that's the bottom line.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the bottom line.
I still think you can't go to another league and find 6 teams better than our 6.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Say again?
I think the best of Spain, the best of Germany, the best of those leagues are better than our best.
Yeah.
But you're not finding 6 teams that are levels for our 6 teams.
But that for me is nothing to gloat about.
Yeah, you're right.
Who's the best in the second tier?
Woohoo!
Yeah, you're right.
That's why we finished.
That's nothing to gloat about.
We have Champions League teams in the Europa League because that's the nature of our league.
You could have argued that about AC Milan. You could argue that about Sevilla. You can argue about that with who else? There's quite a few dangerous Marseilles. You know, you can argue about that with any teams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same argument.
Like Leon came to the Etihad and panned City. You know, Leon.
Yeah, but like...
Stop it, Oscar.
No, because when Tottenham
They're
beat
not
Real Madrid,
levels.
you weren't saying it like they're not levels. It's
Why? I
won the Champions League.
What did we say? What did I tell you? What did we say after that game?
Did you watch the game? Did you watch the game? Did you watch the Leon Man City game?
No.
That's not our point. What did we say about that Tottenham Real Madrid
I remember this time last year.
I remember it.
When the clocks went back and it was Real Madrid versus Tottenham Hotspur
at Wembley. What did you say?
What I said to you?
What did you say, Black?
I said it's not February.
Wait, it's not February.
It's not February.
So what happened when Tottenham went into the last 16? They met Juventus. And
What happened? They got piped.
And Chiellini is the greatest
Let me fight this. Let me fight this. I got it.
Find it and recite. And also, more importantly, Madrid won the frigging Champions League.
Being PSG,
Let me ask you one question because you're shouting.
And you hear the three teams that Real Madrid beat that
Real
year?
Madrid are better than Tottenham. Juventus are better than Tottenham. Are Lyon better than Man City?
Yes, Oscar.
So what are we doing here?
We're saying.
What team?
Listen to Chiellini, bro.
Listen to the boss.
Listen to the boss, bro.
The Italian judge.
Two goals came very quickly. Yeah, but Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
Hang on. It's the history of the Tottenham.
It's the history of the
That says it all.
That says it all.
Bad way.
They always created many chances and scored so much, but at the end they miss always something to arrive.
That's Tottenham, Black.
The history, I think, was.
They always miss something.
They always miss something.
But before man answer the question, he sighed. That's mad, you know. Listen.
I told you it was a fake Madrid, bro. That was Real Madrid on that night, bro. I told you.
I said that in November, October last year.
Okay, but then
when it comes to realness, bro, when the pressure.
No. I'm bringing up Leon versus Man City because Man City won the league, bro. I don't expect Memphis Depay to come to the Etihad and boss it, bro. To assist. I'm not having that. So listen, I don't care whether Madrid beat. It's Tottenham. Tottenham is literally in a league of its own. I'm saying Man City won the league by 100 points. Man City, and even because even last year when they lost to Shakhtar, that was at the end of the group. Don't come and have to play Hoffenheim and who's the other team they played to get your 6 points. Beat Leon in it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're bringing an isolated result.
I have to.
But it doesn't matter to the context of what I was saying.
What are you saying?
I was saying the 6 teams in England, that you can't match them with the 6 teams in any other
I'm saying that is a trophy. I don't care.
Yeah. No, people hit the nail in the heads, but we're not winning the Champions League.
I don't care about the top 6
Roma
teams.
top 6 in England. Inter top 6 in England.
Yeah.
Oscar.
Napoli top 6 in England.
Yeah.
Juventus top 6 in England.
Oscar.
That's Italy out the way.
Oscar.
Spain.
Oscar,
Oscar.
The fact that it was a top 4 and
you know
you're
what?
accommodating
Valencia in the
2
Champions League
teams
means that they're
each
top
year
four.
is a farce. It's a farce.
Oscar,
It should be top
I'm
4.
sorry.
Why is it top 6 now?
The reason they start there.
Peter,
The reason they start
I've seen
6
the
is
error,
because
always.
Chelsea
I've seen the
were
error.
dead last season.
I've seen the error.
But Chelsea can compete again this season.
Ran a debate
That's
and I
why.
lost.
I'm saying.
Same with United.
No, I'm saying there's teams in like Napoli have changed manager how many times over the last 4 years?
Once
Yeah,
every 2 years.
them man were in Europa League once. Every other year it's been Champions League.
Right, their 91 points last season means they were 9 points behind Man City in the league if they were in the same league.
That's it.
9.
Playing Juventus, Juve, bro.
9.
Stop it.
Meanwhile, Ancelotti, they haven't missed Sarri over there.
Yeah.
In case you didn't realise, they haven't missed a beat. They haven't missed a beat at all.
If anything,
well, if anything,
Have you watched Napoli's last 2 games?
phenomenal stuff.
Oh, bro. Man like Alan and flipping
I'm
Insigne.
loving Insigne at the minute. He's
That's a guy I will claim as my guy. I knew him years ago. I will claim that I'm gonna brag that I knew about him.
I know
No, Insigne was he's so sick.
It's the way I feel about Dybala. I don't even mention him anymore.
Yeah,
I can't even mention
because
his name.
man, he was telling me about it when he was at flipping
Palermo.
Palermo, mate. Like,
Palermo
bro.
brought out some players, man. I just have to watch what their next striker is. They bought Cavani, they bought him, they bought Mikkeli. They bought some players on the Saturday.
Mikkeli.
Even freaking Verratti was playing at Palermo.
Verratti was at Palermo.
That's a team that could have been.
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could have been.
He was wearing pink, mate.
The Italian league must be thinking, how's Verratti not in our league? Anyway.
You know them ones.
Okay, predictions for next week. 12:30
Wasn't that
kickoff.
guy?
Sorry, who's not that guy this week, David? Have you got somebody?
David Davis got it lined
Have
up.
you got somebody?
We might as well just make this simple, yeah.
Mad.
Make it
So he's not worth the time.
Yeah, it's not really
No,
worth.
this one.
Yeah. I think I know where you're going.
I haven't got a scoop.
I was about to go international.
Hall of Fame.
Is it?
Oh.
But
Is he in the Hall of Fame?
no, not Hall. This is not Hall of Fame.
The guy in my
Yes,
mind is
yes,
a Hall of Fame.
I think the Hall of Fame has been crying out for a new member, you know.
For real.
I've got one for the Hall of Fame.
Sami Zayn.
But
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, trust. Yeah.
Sami
Oh yeah, but I think he's going elsewhere. So you go ahead. I think it'd be harsh if that person got into the Hall of Fame.
But the thing is, the Hall of Fame guy will have another opportunity to put him in.
Yeah, we'll find
Next week.
Man said the doors are
for
always
this
open.
week,
Against Liverpool, the Emirates.
This week.
Well, for this week, Mustafi, you have dodged a bullet. You have dodged one, yeah.
How on earth he does
You
that?
dodged this week, yeah.
Did
I had the
Matrix.
thing right here. This guy, yeah, was born on the 28th of August, 1966. Yeah,
Good year.
It's the England one.
he's a former footballer who's played as a goalkeeper and a manager. Yeah,
Damn.
Really? He was a goalie?
yeah, it was a goal unit.
Who
Yeah,
is this?
he's played for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Rayo
Oh.
Vallecano.
Vallecano.
This guy.
And yeah, this summer, actually no, 2016, he became the manager of Spain. Espanyol led them to World Cup qualification. And on the eve,
Without losing the game.
on the eve
On the eve.
of the tournament,
The
he lost his job. He lost his job because he became a Madrid manager.
Oh, whoa, stop. So he missed out on a World Cup
Yeah.
to get sacked in 4 months.
No,
3 months.
Oh my goodness.
there's someone else who should not be in. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, David, as you were
Yeah.
saying. Holy
He
smokes.
lost 4-2 to Atletico in the Youth Super Cup. And this week, there's no Messi in the team. Got piped, lad. 5-1
In the class.
in the El Clasico.
It's the history of
And
the
so,
country, man.
I don't even know how to pronounce his name, bro. Somebody please help me.
What's the first name?
Shualen.
Oh yeah, Julien Lopetegui.
You're not that guy, fam! Sue out, cuz!
Oh,
You done that. There was no mess in the team, blood.
You done that?
You done that.
Ernest said it was a 6-pointer. It's Bournemouth at home to Manchester United. 12:30 kickoff. What are we predicting?
Man United.
Adrian,
I believe United.
United are going to get pammed, mate.
you think United will get panned?
Pammage.
I'm saying Bournemouth.
Do you know what? I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth.
Really?
I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. Early kickoff.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
In the South
Cardiff at home.
So
to
don't predict that and ask me, are United back? Don't do that, Pete.
No, and the only reason why I say it's not because of how bad United are. I think it's because of how good Bournemouth are. I think it's time for me to put some,
No, even that.
Put some
What
respect
are we doing here?
put some respect
I
on their
don't
name.
care if Bournemouth are the best they've ever been. United roll it and get 3 points.
I wish it were that easy, mate.
Cardiff at home to Leicester. The game will go ahead this Saturday. 3 o'clock kickoff. Cardiff Leicester.
Leicester, man.
Leicester needs to win.
Is there going to be a resilient?
Cardiff are trash.
That and Cardiff are dead. Yeah.
Cardiff are
So-
dead, bro.
Okay.
Vardy will just do a madness.
Leicester,
Actually, not. He natural hat trick, bro.
Whoa, that's brave.
That's bold.
That's strong, you know.
If you put money on
That's
that,
aggressive.
I reckon you'll be
Leicester were
like-
offside 10 times against West Ham.
10.
10.
That's mad.
That's ill discipline. Someone needs to hold a fine.
No,
What are you doing?
That guy can't assist. It's that because I was watching that game. I felt sorry for Ian Nacho because he knows what he wanted. He knows what he.
Oh
wanted
my!
to do.
There's a time he scored, didn't
There
it?
was a time he scored. I mean, the guy was waiting. You know, like for him.
So
to
we're
finish.
getting a service.
Was waiting for him to finish that mass.
But that's good though. At least he's still making the right ones.
He is. Everton at home to Brighton. Can't predict this.
Everton.
Nah, I think I'm going away win.
Everton.
I'm going Brighton.
I'm going Brighton, you know.
Oh no.
Brighton to win at Goodison.
My
Everton
friend.
that bad.
My friend.
Everton lost to West Ham at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like that shouldn't have happened.
Bruv,
True.
I'm for it, man. I'm all
The
for it.
algorithms, blood.
They're both in the same form.
Pickford had a howler.
Newcastle United at home to Watford. Get your money
Watford
on that.
win.
Watford away win.
Watford win.
Listen, Pereira's in my team. Watford win, bro.
Watford.
Ernest.
Watford.
Full house.
Did you not hear the thing about Doucouré going to PSG?
Bruh, no.
Apparently Tuchel is a fan.
In fairness, he's not a bad player at all, you know.
He's actually not. But he's
No,
not.
as in,
He's been alright this season though. I know last.
I
season,
think even last season.
Last season he was tearing up trees.
Does Tuchel just like look at the globe and then pick who he wants?
Obscure players.
He can.
And he can just acquire anyone.
They've got Chupa Moting.
Do you know what I deeped? Yeah, like PSG can literally buy any player they want.
Yeah,
Like they can outbid anybody.
That's what I'm saying. He just spins the globe and
but
says,
like-
"I want him."
But like Madrid and Barcelona, who used to be those powerhouses, financially haven't got it anymore.
That's crazy.
I think Man United and Man
They've
City
got clout.
can outbid Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's just that remember Madrid and these are owned by like people rather than
Fans, I swear it.
it's
Fans
weird.
at the state.
It's
They've
like
got
a government
presidents.
thing
They're
as well,
elected
yeah.
people.
But also,
Like, Kenny of his money.
the clout they've got because of their heritage is still what keeps players coming.
Absolutely.
Blancos,
No,
it's the white
absolutely.
shirt.
Yeah, Los
Yeah.
Blancos. That's what it is.
No, you're absolutely right.
Bro, they've won so many Champions Leagues. They can't put a star around their crest.
They can't do.
Liverpool have got the 5 there, but they've got 13. Yeah, it goes without saying. You don't need to know.
It's a joke.
Just stick one star and let it represent.
Just one big golden star. Because
But
nobody's overtaking them in like the next 60 years.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It will take. But that's the thing. You know, like however many years ago, how many Champions Leagues have Madrid won in like the last say 10, 15 years? Because I bet they've got like a good like.
They were on
5,
9
6,
for
7.
they're on 9 for
they were
years.
I remember like AC
Yeah, but they were
Milan.
on 9 since like 2001. They were on 9.
Yeah,
It's not that long. Like it's long in
Yeah,
their
like,
lifetime.
I remember, like,
it's long in Madrid terms. It's not long in terms of us.
yeah.
That's
other
what I'm
clubs.
saying. Because I remember AC Milan were racking up Champions Leagues and they hit to number 7.
Oh, 7.
And they were back. They were 2 behind Madrid, and then Madrid have now left them. And
in the dust. That's another like 3 teams. That's
Yeah.
like another 3 incarnations
Yeah.
before Milan catch up, if they ever do.
For real. West Ham at home to Burnley. Will we see a repeat of last year where fans ran onto the pitch sticking corner flags at the centre circle?
But they're chucking coins at Golden Sullivan.
Disrespect.
Yeah,
Awful,
they
awful
wouldn't
behaviour.
believe in that.
Fam, you know he's like 81. Have you seen that video? Have you seen that video when he's talking to the fan when he gets out of the car?
No.
Basically, like, so this West Ham fan, he's effing and blinding. It's like you ain't spending any of your money. And this is him. He comes out of the whip. Bear in mind, this is like a what was it? What car was it?
Bro.
Oh, do you know what the car was?
It was a Bentley.
Bentley.
Yeah, was it a Bentley? Yeah, he drives a Bentley.
Listen. Do you know how mad you have to be to drive a Bentley?
No, not Bentley. Rolls Royce.
Oh, that's even worse. Because those are the kind of cars that you get chauffeured.
Yeah.
Man's anyway, basically, so man is driving a Rolls Royce or Bentley. Well,
It's a Rolls Royce.
a Rolls Royce. And he steps out. They got pounds away at Swansea. Guess what he tells them? That's when the Ayew brothers were moving like Kane and Undertaker. He comes out. He's wearing like a nice suit. Do you know what he says? I'm hurting the same way as you. You ain't hurting, bruv. You don't know pain. You're in a Rolls Royce.
The guy just come out of a Rolls Royce and said,
He's like,
you.
I'm 81 years of age.
Hey, Pete.
Oh my god.
Oh my days! Hey! You see, not that guy? I've got a late contender.
I'm going as well.
Please, we need to go back.
I was thinking about like, yo, like, we missed one.
Can we go back?
We missed one.
Yeah.
Can we go back?
We missed one.
Oh, please. Can I do it?
Do it.
Add him.
Do your thing.
Because what this individual done was so downright deplorable. I couldn't believe what I saw on Twitter today. I couldn't believe what I saw.
It's not.
Twitter's killing me right
Nah, oi, this guy, it's not even a man, it's a boy.
It's a young boy.
It's a young man.
Young boy.
I can't believe. Yo.
This is for you, bro.
This is for me.
Now let Adrian finish.
Born in the 7th of October, 1998. In,
What? 2098.
98.
in Liverpool,
That's a youth, man.
Let me see.
Twitter is a
in Liverpool, England.
Hold on.
He's a right back who wears the number 66. Now, he's played 34 times for his boyhood club. He scored once. He's played for England at all age levels, from 16, 17, 18, 19 to 21, and he even played at the World Cup for the men's national team.
98.
My God.
Who's born that late?
So he was actually born in West Derby.
Oh.
For those of you, and I've liked this guy's come up because I've heard a lot about him. I heard that initially apparently he was a central midfielder, and you see it in sort of his class and his craft.
Yeah.
He's got a sweet right peg, but what he did on Instagram wasn't sweet. Now, apparently, right? No, but apparently, the
Is
screenshots
that
are
what
there.
you said to the group?
Nah, that was even it.
Oh.
Because this slipped my mind. I couldn't believe it. Now, so a woman DMs him and he's like, well, yeah, basically me and my boyfriend were expecting a baby. He's a massive fan of you. Would it be nice of you to actually like write, well done, mate. Well, yeah, good luck, that kind of thing. Yeah. She told him that she was about 7 months pregnant.
Yeah, her husband is her favorite player is this.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, that's just bizarre.
That's wild.
That is wild. How's your favourite player born in '98?
For real.
And you're a husband. So you're of age.
In fact, that's questionable in itself.
yeah, exactly.
And
She's
so,
like that,
and so, yeah. To be honest, that's what it was. Now, I'll be honest with you. I haven't quite got the full details of this, so I'm just gonna. If I make it up, I make it up, innit? So, this guy then proceeds to try like do a thing with the woman.
Oh.
And he's basically saying like, I don't give a damn about your man. Added her a snap. This type. Let him do his thing with the woman who's 7 months pregnant.
7 months pregnant. Oh, scum! What filth.
And I've seen him. He hangs around a lot, especially at the World Cup. He hung around a lot with Dele Alli, with Harry Alli himself. And this is his offspring, legion of guys. And I like this guy. He's done well. He's a young kid. He's done well for my club. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, you're not that guy, bruv. Sort it out.
What a scumbag. He's trying to move to a 7 month.
He's got 2 surnames, and they're both first names. TAA, mate. Get it together. And do you know what's the worst thing of it all? He got spun by the girl anyways.
Oh no.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah.
Oh, that was phenomenal. West Ham Burnley, guys. Still waiting for your prediction.
West Ham win.
Burnley.
Draw.
Burnley.
Burns.
Arsenal at home to Liverpool, 5:30 kickoff at the Emirates Stadium.
It is going to be shootout at the OK Corral.
Some more. It should be a basketball.
It's going to be Wild Wild West, mate.
Bang bang. Liverpool win.
Liverpool get a clean sheet. I'm going 2-0 Liverpool.
It's going to be the scene where the main chick from Kill Bill just fights 88 dons.
Which is when the yellow spandex.
The yellow spandex.
Anyone in yellow spandex should get cut off. Come out here, it's like slicing guys.
Bro, it's going to be
2-0 Liverpool.
It's going to be a Hadouken.
Guys, am I right for feeling a bit apprehensive about this?
Of course you are.
I don't feel like
Because you're a Liverpool fan.
No. I said like if this was this time last year against Arsene Wenger, bruv, give me the 3 points. We're smoking you, man. There's something.
Did you see what Zaha was doing to Arsenal on Saturday?
What's your belief in Unai Emery at defence?
It's not necessarily okay. The defence he hasn't sorted out. I agree, but I feel like he's actually built something within that squad that there's actually like a better resilience. Like for instance, fair enough. Okay, you lost at Stamford Bridge, cool, but under Wenger, you're not coming back from 2 goals down. And let's face it, like your front 2 are frightening. They can take any team in world football to the cleaner. Those 2 alone, because of the quality that they possess.
What do you think about Lacazette's form though? Because I'm starting to be like, bro, what's happened?
He misses more than I thought he would, you know.
Yeah,
He misses bare shots.
I thought he was the thing, but when he scores, it's like, ooh.
No, he scores.
You know
He's an elite version of Lukaku. Like
turn,
turn, shoot.
Final form.
Like in the box, he doesn't really need much of of service. He can create a goal by himself. That's what he was doing at Lyon. You score from like 30 yards.
Put in the box for him. Yeah, never in the box. Yeah.
Yeah, he can do what he wants. So that's why when he doesn't have a good game, it's really evident.
Sure. I mean, Aubameyang scores more goals than he misses.
I saw his record.
I think that's the difference.
17 goals in 23 games. Are you taking a piss?
Aubameyang, cuz. And he came in January, bro. His first game was in February.
That's bad.
And he got 10 goals that season.
That's bad.
He got 10 goals.
Yeah, for me, like when you've got those 2 up front, bro, it's just like.
Bro, can we deep that? He scores more goals than he misses. I don't know players that do that.
That's crazy.
Because even Aguero misses bare, by the way.
Aguero misses.
Against Burnley, mentioned I had a hat trick.
Oh god, against Spurs.
Against Spurs, I was like, come on, Aguero.
I captained him this week. I was like,
Aguero misses a lot.
He misses loads.
It's rare to find strikers that miss more that score more than they Miss.
No, Aubameyang is deadly.
So yeah, he is deadly, but I think Liverpool will have that on smash this weekend.
Hopefully we'll win. No, like I said, I believe we'll win.
You believe you will win, yeah? 3 points at the Emirates.
Hopefully, man. Fingers crossed.
Wolves 7:45 kickoff on a Saturday, guys. 7:45.
That happened last year as well.
What? Whoa.
Wolves at home to Spurs.
But that's a good game. I don't mind.
I like. Yeah, I can take that.
If it's like Burnley versus Newcastle,
you know what? Saturday there's just three games of football that I kind of want to see, so I'm not upset.
Go on.
Draw.
I think Spurs will win.
Tottenham win.
That's Spurs.
Wolves a bit
away win, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sunday football, guys. 3 o'clock kickoff. Weird time. 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Man City at home. It's because it's Man City. Man City at home to Southampton.
Why is that weird? Because Man City.
Because Man City and Tottenham would have played 3 games in 8 days. Well, because Tottenham can't have a stadium.
Man City's League Cup game is on Thursday.
It's on Thursday.
Thursday?
Spurs are playing tomorrow.
So Spurs are just throwing a spanner in all the works.
In all kinds of works.
No, honestly, I didn't even say it for bands. They need to hold some sort of.
It's farcical.
They need to hold a points deduction.
It's farcical.
What are you doing?
They need to be points deducted for sure.
And credit to Pep, because I'm not gonna lie, I'd kick off all manner of fuss.
Well, they were urging Pep to reverse the fixture, make them play at the Etihad, and he said no way. We the things that we come out with Spurs playing away first, we play Spurs away first. Fair play to them.
Yeah, because why? Because their incompetence should have jeopardised you. Because ultimately, like in the second half of the season, you've got a cracking home game. Yeah. Imagine if they go into Spurs away when it's crunch time.
But you check this, right? Spurs played Monday, they play Wednesday, they play Saturday, and then it's Champions League. I'm assuming they've got PSV.
PSV again.
So it's not that bad. It's like, if it was like Barca or Inter, then good night.
Then again, they could even beat PSV. So,
so Man City, is it a home win? It's against Southampton.
How many?
Real talk.
On Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports. Chelsea and Crystal Palace.
Chelsea win, bro.
Chelsea win 2-1.
Stamford Bridge.
Chelsea.
2-1,
No issues, no worries.
Chelsea back. Is Hazard back?
Yeah.
Back my fantasy team done.
Now, Monday Night Football, guys. Are you ready for the Monday Night Football?
Snooze first.
2 teams I haven't mentioned. Huddersfield are at home to Fulham.
Snooze first.
Okay.
That should be... Oh, I was going to say 8-8, but them man can't... Like,
one can't score, the other one can't defend. So that's 0-0. 0-0 draw.
1-1. Cherries. Scott on the TV.
Hey.
Yeah.
Alright.
As well.
It's poppy season.
Hey, it's poppy season, bro.
So that means McLean will be relevant.
Nah, because he's in the championship. I don't think the championship will give it down. That sums up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Big up everyone, big up all the massive, and we are signing out.
Peace.
Till next week.
Shout out to all the Leicester girls.
Big up Leicester.